Midway. Visit an all-out clear-out for the new 2022 campers with the best price guarantee. Midway has financing with no money down, no payments for the rest of the year. Low interest rates on sweet fifth wheel. Dealer incentives up to $25,000 on toy haulers. Top dollar on trade-ins and door-to-door delivery. It's Midway's all-out clear-out. MidwayCampers.com. Midway, when you expect the best.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe to Bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
I spend a lot of time driving in Wyoming, and if there's a common theme is that our roads are long and the towns are far apart. Most Wyomingites buckle their seatbelts, but still 20% do not.
Wyoming law dictates that every person in a vehicle must wear a seatbelt at all times. Seatbelts reduce the risk of death by 45% and reduce the risk of injury by 50% in all motor vehicle crashes.
I buckle up to secure my journey and to protect what matters most, my family. Our Yellowstone region is home to breathtaking beauty, but please, drive with caution and buckle your seatbelt, for you and your family's sake.
Remember, Wyoming, your safety is our priority. Please buckle up, not only for your safety, but it's the law.
Quality in Thermopolis offers great rates, a convenient location, standard room and family rooms with bunk beds. Choice Hotel members earn points while you stay. Quality Inn is proud to support Fremont and Hot Springs County student athletes.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
For more than 60 years, RTO Point S has been installing quality tires and offering expert vehicle service in Fremont County, with 2 locations on South Federal and West Main in Riverton. RTO Point S is proud to support our Fremont County student athletes.
Good evening, sports fans. The Lander Tigers broadcast is on the air. Ernie over here along with Shawn O'Brate, and this is the great Fremont County rivalry, Shawn. Lander versus Riverton. The keeper of the gold gets the trophy at the end of this game if they are the winners. And it's, two teams that wish they were in a little better position as they come into this game. Riverton's only won 1 game, and the team they've beaten this year, Rollins, is the only team they've beaten in the last 3 years. Lander, however, is 0-5. They've only scored 16 points so far this season in 5 games. And as we'll hear Coach Jim Burton say later in this broadcast, they need to get some offensive spark.
Yeah, and this time last year, this was a very different team. Both of them were very different teams. And I think kind of Riverton has flipped the script a little bit. They look a lot more in control offensively so far this year. And Lander, on the other hand, last year they were letting it rip with Brennan Stauffenberg, Gabe Harris, Matisse Weaver, Evan Stevens. They were the ones passing the ball. Riverton was kind of forcing the run, and now you kind of flip it on its side here. Lander is really forcing the run, while Riverton has one of the best passing games in all of 3A. So I'm excited to see just what they can do. I have a feeling that Riverton's going to try and strike early. Lander is just going to keep doing what they do best, though, I imagine.
Yeah, and last week at Buffalo, we saw the new Lander passing game evolve. They threw the ball more than they had in the previous 4 games. Unfortunately, they only connected on 3 of those passes for not much yards. But today is also a special day because it's homecoming here at Lander Valley High School. And at halftime, we'll have the crowning of the homecoming king and queen. It's unusual that most schools have their coronation earlier, and then the coronation court just comes out on the field. Tonight, we're going to find out who the king and queen are because they'll announce that at halftime.
Yeah, we're excited. I watched the parade. I was the one filming it earlier. It was a lot of fun, and they had their homecoming royalty out there. So, boy, I'll tell you what, though, we've seen more fans show up here in the last 10 minutes than I think we've seen at any home game so far, other than maybe Green River.
Yeah, and the other side of the field where the visitors sit, we have quite a few folks from Riverton over there. I noticed we had a couple come and sit just down a few rows in front of us. One of them was wearing a Lander shirt, and the other one a Riverton shirt.
We're going to get a lot of those tonight.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of cross-county, rah-rah-ree for both teams. So we are looking directly into the sun here at the...
As always.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Bill Bush Stadium, as Ernie just decides to almost cough up a lung here. Bill Bush Stadium is going to be popping tonight, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really good game. Remember last year, it was an overtime game. It was a Friday night game, and it started out, Riverton was a house of fire, and they led in the contest, and then the storms started rolling in over Wolverine Field. They had a lightning delay, and eventually there were so many storms coming in one right after another that they decided to call the game for that night and replay it the next Monday. So it was a 3-day delay, and then Lander and Riverton ended up tied in that game. Both scored in the overtime period. Riverton elected to kick the PAT. Lander went for 2 points on a Stauffenberg to Gabe Harris pass, and it was good. And the Lander Tigers won that one 29-28. And that marked the 5th consecutive year that Lander had bested Riverton. And I know the Wolverine fans would like to see a reversal of that. The overall record between these two teams, 56 wins for Lander, 63 wins for Riverton. There have been 7 ties. This is the 127th game, Shawn, between these two teams. That's the most between any two teams in Class 3A in Wyoming. So this one's been going a long time. Lander, of course, started their football program in 1908. Riverton got theirs going in 1922. So both of these programs have had a lot of experience playing each other, and the overall records are nearly identical.
Yeah, both teams have had a lot of history with a lot of good seasons. Only one has had multiple championships, as Lander's still working to get to that second one. They haven't won since Bill Bush back in, when was that, 1948.
Yep.
And Riverton, much more recent. They've won 4 since 1994. And almost all of those, I think all of those were with Don Julian?
Yes, they were. Don Julian was the coach at Riverton, did a great job there, then moved up to Sheridan. And guess what happened at Sheridan? They've had consecutive state championships now for quite a few years. And, when you've got a good football program, I tell you, it just multiplies on itself, even though that Julian stepped away from coaching a couple of years ago. But it's great to see the fans out tonight. They're having a big barbecue here in Lander for homecoming, and a lot of folks coming into the stadium with plates full of food. But as you mentioned, Shawn, the Riverton Wolverines come in with the state's second best passing attack. They are really effective. You've got the quarterback, Derek DeVries, and his number 1 receiver, Ty Sheets, have been...
Oh, no, his number 1 is Nick McIntosh.
It's Nick McIntosh, I'm sorry. And Ty Sheets is also up there in the state standings.
Nick McIntosh and him have combined for 5 touchdowns already, and Derek DeVries is coming off a 5-touchdown game. That is his first. His life has changed since Coach Linhart came around, and I'm just happy to see him having a good time. Last year he didn't look like he was having fun, and he wanted to have a good time as quarterback. He was more or less on the field as a punter. He was a really good quarterback, but he was not able to get more than a couple first downs per game in the offensive setting last year. And this year, they have just been using his strengths. And Lander's going to hope to do the same with Paxton Hollingshed tonight under center.
Well, Paxton had his breakout game passing last week against the Buffalo Bison, and unfortunately, early in the game, I think the third pass was a pick six on a deflected pass.
It was raining, though.
Yeah, it was raining, it was cold, and it had been raining, and the field was wet, and as you'll hear Coach Jim Burton say later on in the broadcast, some of the kids were not using their gloves because they were ineffective. The moisture made them ineffective.
You've already mentioned it. Why don't we just get right into this interview, and as soon as we get done with the interview, we'll go to some ads, and then when we come back, we'll do our Sutherland starting lineups and our keys to the game. Does that sound good with you, Ernie?
Sounds like a great plan.
So Ernie was able to get a hold of Coach Burton on Wednesday. This is how it sounded.
And with us now on the pregame show is Lander Valley head football coach Jim Burton. And Coach, how was practice this week?
A little up and down. You get a good one and then an off one, and just trying to make a few changes here and there. Just trying to learn. So a little bumpy, but it's Wednesday.
Now, how are the kids reacting after that loss? You guys have scored only 16 points in 5 games this year. Is the morale of the team up, or what's the situation there?
I think considering the situation, the morale's doing okay. But again, it's disappointing we haven't been able to put points on the board.
And against Buffalo, you had a very unfortunate start. One of the first passes thrown in the game ended up in a pick six.
Yeah, and like you said, that thing with throwing the ball around, you've got to make sure we catch it. And really, we had 2 tipped interceptions. We did have another interception, but just saw trying to make a play. And it probably, we threw the ball quite a bit, so you're going to see a little bit of risk. We just got to make sure we take care of those and corral those a little better.
Now, it appeared to us that each one of the passes that Paxton threw on Friday night hit their target, hit them in the hands. Were the kids' hands cold or wet, or do you have an explanation?
Well, the wet conditions didn't help, and then those kids all wear the new receiving gloves. Well, when they're wet, they don't do exactly what – they're not as good as when they're dry. So that didn't help. You'll actually notice a couple of them took their gloves off and started to catch the ball better on. But yeah, so conditions weren't great, but again, we got to just make sure we take those balls.
Well, you threw the ball a lot more against Buffalo than you had all season long. Is that something we're going to look forward to?
Oh, I definitely look forward to it. Again, that's just it's the risk thing. You've got a young O-line and you've got a young quarterback. So that's something we don't look forward to, I would say, but something that might have to happen, especially if teams are going to continue to just box on us.
Yeah. Earlier this year in our coaches show, we talked about the big rivalry with Riverton, and you mentioned in your previous school you didn't really have a close rivalry. Have you picked up on how intense this rivalry is now that you've been in Lander for a while?
It's starting to build on me. Starting to see it. Like I went and watched the volleyball game when they were at Riverton with the volleyball girls, and then just talking to some of the boys and some of the people around town. So yeah, I'm picking up. It's a big deal. Again, I try to downplay it a little bit as far as, we got to focus on us. Whatever Riverton's, whatever they're saying, that's up to them, and then we just focus on us, and we're going to get the outcome we want.
You might not know this, but the series between Lander and Riverton is the longest in Class 3A. There have been more games played between Lander and Riverton than any other 2 teams in Class 3A in Wyoming. So this is a long time rivalry.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal, and it's been going on. And again, we're hoping sure we take care of our jobs and we can come out with a win.
Any injuries to speak of from the Buffalo game?
No, Buffalo, we came out fairly healthy. A few bumps and bruises, but nothing that was going to end anything. A few nagging injuries are still creeping on us, but we've got No one holding out. We do have the one reserve offensive lineman that had a tweak during practice last week, so he sat out, and he probably won't be back this week. But other than that, just a few nagging things. We actually were probably going to get a couple guys back, cross your fingers, that have been sitting out. So hopefully we're at full length for Riverton.
Oh, that'd be nice. Now, Derek DeVries, the Riverton quarterback, had 5 passing touchdowns in their game against Rollins. How do you stop that?
Big thing there is we've got to get to him. And then they do a lot of formational things that to mess with your sight lines and get position. So number one, we've got to be where we need to be. So we got to be in position, and then we've got to execute the call, whatever the coverage is that we're assigned for that particular formation. And then whenever possible, we got to get to them. So we got to get the D-line and linebackers there.
Now, I noticed that we had a different kick returner in the game. McFadden was doing the returning. Will that be the case tonight?
Yeah, so again, McFadden's going to do the kick returns for us. He did a good job once we got our blocking sorted out a little bit. Again, hopefully we don't have to, more than once. One time's plenty on the kick return, but if we do, obviously he'll be back there, and like I said, he's getting nothing but better. So.
Well, that's good. Well, the comparative scores of the teams that you've played and the teams Riverton have played have been fairly even. They lost a 56-7 game to Cody, and you lost 56-2. So it appears that maybe these two teams are on the same level.
Relatively speaking, yes. I think we got to get our offense moving, but other than that, I think we got a great shot on Friday.
Okay, well, game time 6:00 at Bill Bush Stadium, and we look forward to the start of the game here in just a few minutes. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks. Go Tigers.
You bet. Go Tigers.
Head to Nana's Bowling and Bakery in DuBois for Family Fun Night. Now booking parties for all ages and occasions. To reserve your company, family, or birthday party, call 455-3660. Nana's Bowling and Bakery is proud to support Fremont County student athletes.
If you're planning home improvement projects, look no further than Valley Lumber. They provide nothing but the best from lumber, power tools, hardware, paint, plumbing supplies. If you need it, they have it. Valley Lumber at 290 North 2nd Street in Lander.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Service Plumbing in Riverton serves all of Fremont County for both new construction and repairs. For a bid on your next plumbing project, bring your plans to Service Plumbing, 201 Webwood Road in Riverton. Service Plumbing, proud to support our Fremont County athletes.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Back again at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium here in Lander. The Lander Tigers and the Riverton Wolverines getting set to start this game. And we're coming up with our Sutherland starting lineup. And I tell you what, it's going to be just about the same we've had for the Lander Tigers with just a few exceptions, Shawn.
Yeah, so, we're going back to Paxton Hollingshed, not Paxton, Paxton Hollingshed at quarterback. He's going to be tossing the ball around. Parker Burton's going to be to his right in the backfield. Hunter Smith-Velarde to his left. And Braden Baker going to get the start over Caleb Larvey, although I think Ernie and I both speak for the rest of Lander when we say we're impressed with Caleb Larvey so far, both on offense and defense. He was our Papa Murphy's player of the game last week. Joel Jubber's going to be starting on the left wide receiver, Bryce Mason at the right. And then at center, Caleb Hamilton, right guard, Gavin Romer, left guard, Ziem Cabrialis, and at your left tackle, Tristan Osborne, and right tackle, Cody Phillips. Over on defense, it's going to look kind of the same. At nose tackle, it's Caleb Hamilton. At right end, it's going to be Tristan Osborne. And then at left end, it's going to be Bryce Mason. Over in the corners, Bodie Moffitt, the former starting quarterback, going to be playing corner along with Barrett Moffitt. And then at linebacker, we got Cody West, Joel Jubber, and Braden Baker. And then at your stud and bandit, we have Caleb Larvey and Hunter Smith-Velarde. They have a little bit of a different lineup when it comes to their goal line, but we'll get to that when they get to that. Ernie, it's pretty obvious who's going to be starting for Riverton, even though we don't have the exact starting lineups. It's going to be Derek DeVries under center. It's going to be his two favorite targets, Nick McIntosh and Ty Sheets. Branson Saltzgaver, another senior, he's going to be playing tight end. Then you got people like Talon Toman, which is their leading tackler. He's one of the players to watch in this program. And, of course, we have a couple others. Damian Duran is going to be a good defensive back. Zarek Prosser. And we've Ryan Watson, Daniel Clausen, and Nathan Mills, just to name a few linemen here. We're going to start off, though, with the coin flip, as it is down in the middle.
And Riverton has won the toss, and they are going to defer. Now Lander has the opportunity to say which side of the field they want to defend. And I think the Tigers are going to take the south end. That means Riverton will be kicking to Lander, and the sun will be in Riverton's eyes. That the sun coming directly at us from the west.
Ernie, before we get into the national anthem here on our Ranger Printers pregame show, we just want to remind everyone, Ranger Printers makes programs. You can find them at Riverton, Wind River, Shoshone, and if you were to come out to the Lander game tonight, you get a special edition. Ranger Printers does more than programs. They can do vinyl banners, they can do copies, they can do bindings, they can make you a book if you want it. It's a pretty great business. Ranger Printers, 421 East Main Street. Now, our Lander Journal keys to the game are going to have to wait until after our national anthem.
Your national anthem.
Well, Ernie, that was really nice.
Yeah, that was. Do they still call them glee clubs?
I think that's just the choir.
That's just the choir, yeah.
Well, hey, while they get all set up there on the field, let's go through our Lander Journal keys to the game. I think it's pretty obvious for Lander you have to shut down the pass, and as Coach Burton mentioned in that interview, you have to shut it down in the backfield.
Yeah, you absolutely have to. The Tigers need to get more of a rush. And, of course, when you look at the comparative sizes of these two teams, Riverton has a little bit more bulk up front, so that's going to be a big chore for that Lander defensive front five.
It definitely is. On offense, Lander is going to have to get more production out of their wide receivers. If they really are going to go with a little bit more of a pass-happy offense with Paxton Hollingshed underneath center, he is going to have to get some accurate passes. Like you mentioned in the interview, they were accurate. They were just falling off their hands, slipping through their gloves, slipping through their fingers. You just can't have that tonight. And honestly, tonight with no rain, they have no excuse.
Well, that shouldn't be the case tonight. It's nice and dry outside. We don't have any wind to speak of, just a very, very light breeze, and we're getting ready for the kickoff to start this afternoon's game. Riverton will be kicking off from the 40, and back to receive for the Tigers is McFadden at the 5-yard line. And here we go with the run up to the football. It's Hunter Saltzgaver.
Once again, just wanted to give a big shout out to Ranger Printers for our pregame show, as that goes out of bounds, and already a lucky spot there for Lander to start off the game.
Well, that'll be a penalty, and Lander will take the ball at the 35-yard line, which is new, and we start out the game with a penalty against Riverton. Lander Valley will have it now, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Paxton running out, wearing number 11. It's we did forget to mention Caden Rowan.
That's right.
Did get injured actually last week. He's going to be wearing number 52 tonight instead of 31. He's got a shoulder injury, and he's pretty much just going to be playing lineman. He was not in the game last week, and he is in the game this week, but not going to be playing any offense as Lander starts off in the I formation.
Yeah, in the gun is Paxton, and man in motion. There's the handoff, goes to the first man through, and that is going to be Baker, Braden Baker with the carry, and he gets a carry of about 1 yard up to about the 36-yard line.
And Braden Baker on this field in the second week against Green River, he was able to get 98 yards in 1/2. So if he can have anything close to that type of production, it's going to be a big game.
The Tigers are moving from left to right on your radio dial or on WyoToday YouTube. Back again in the gun. Paxton waiting for the snap. Gets it. Pitches on the near side. Again, it goes to Baker. Baker's got some running room. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Lander, touchdown. Braden Baker. What a great play. The defense, the offensive push that time was great. It opened up the entire right side of the field.
And that is one way that Braden Baker wants to start this game off. He's hyped. He is excited. I'm excited for him. He's been trying to get something like that going all year long.
64-yard run.
That is one way to start it with 11-11, believe it or not, make a wish on the clock. They're going to go, oh no, they have the field goal unit out there.
Well, it's the extra point unit. They're going to try the kick. It's up, it's long enough, it's high enough, it's good enough. Lander 7, Riverton nothing. We'll be back after this.
Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, community health centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
B&M Septic and Excavation offers prompt professional service. Call them today for a quote at 850-2200. They serve far and wide across Fremont County and deep. B&M Septic and Excavation is proud to support Fremont County sports.
Well, lightning strikes early for the Lander Valley Tigers, just 49 seconds into the football game, and Braden Baker scampers 64 yards for the Lander touchdown. The point after was good. And now coming up to kick the ball away is that Smith Velarde out there, 25?
It looks
looks
no,
like
it's
it.
not. It's 29.
Oh, 29. Okay, there we go. Here's the kick. Comes down to the 5-yard line. Up to the 15, the 20. Little bit of yardage. Blake breaking one tackle, another up to the 30-yard line. And the return on the play is
did really well.
Nick McIntosh.
Yeah, Nick McIntosh has been doing that all year long. Number 29, by the way, is Caleb Andrews. He's a freshman, and I think that was his first time taking a kick there. So that was a pretty good kick there by Caleb Andrews. And Ernie, I want to go back to what you just said, lightning strikes. I don't want to hear that again after last week. The PTSD that we have. You're in a boot from the lightning last year.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Well, it's going to be 1st and 10. Riverton starts at their own 31-yard line, and they come up to the line of scrimmage with one man split wide to the right side. 2 runners, the offset eye. Here's DeVries. Pass downfield is knocked away and caught. No, it's caught. I thought that was tipped, but it isn't. And picking up the reception that time for the Wolverines was number 11, Nick McIntosh.
You're going to be calling that name all night long. That's his favorite target, and for a good reason. They've been playing together for years, so they are not going to stop their camaraderie. Their connection is just something you hope for as a coach. You hope that your quarterback and your wide receiver has played together for as long as they have, because it leads to a lot of easier play calling.
Gain of 8 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 39-yard line. 10:38 to go, first period. Lander struck early, 7-0 Tigers. We have twin receivers out to the left side, one man in motion. Under center now, DeVries gives the handoff straight up the middle, and it's going to be a first down. And carrying that football, let's see who was that. Oh, that was Gantenbein.
Blake Gantenbein had a couple good looks last week too. I keep saying last week, and they actually don't give him the first down. It's going to be 3rd and inches.
So that'll be a 1-yard gain for Gantenbein as they put the ball right on the 30-yard line. It has to be right at the 31. Hash mark, center of the field. DeVries brings him up to the line under center in the I formation, and he takes it ahead for the first down.
That's what he does best. You know, he has a great arm, but we saw his legs used a lot last year under Coach Anderson. He had a big fascination with using his quarterback as a runner, and that allowed Derek DeVries to get quite a bit of experience running the ball. So he's not afraid to run into big piles like that.
And, of course, the front four there of the Riverton Wolverines did a very good job in making that hole for DeVries just to pop forward. So it comes down now. First down, 10 yards to go.
4 wide receivers, 2 on each side.
Now in the gun is Derek DeVries. 1 running back beside him. Long count on the play. There's the handoff. DeVries takes it himself, goes to the right-hand side, gets quite a chunky yardage there before the Tigers bring him down by the ankles. He crosses 50 down to the 49-yard line.
Again, man, he's going to be doing that all night long. If he sees an open seam in the middle, he's going to take it, even if he has an open receiver, just because he trusts his leg more than maybe he might trust his arm, even though he has a great arm, and he's shown it off all season long.
All right, so the play goes from the 44-yard line to the Lander 49. A gain of 7 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 6 yards to go. DeVries already has 11 yards in the contest. 1 man in motion now. Trips on the right side. Handoff goes to Brandon Salzgaver, and he moves ahead to the first down yardage at the 45 of Lander. Nice gain and another first down.
That was DeVries.
On the stop for the Tigers.
DeVries with another big run there. He got very close to the 45-yard line. They're going to call it just short, but still first down and 10.
Well, here's the pass, goes over to Salzgaver, and there's a tackle right away, a gain of 2 yards on the play on the right-hand side.
That was McIntosh. McIntosh, number 11, caught that ball on the right side, and he was able to squeeze through a couple defenders to get back up to, oh, they're going to call holding on offense.
Yeah, we've got a foul, a flag on the play. And it's going to be holding against Riverton. That'll be their second penalty, and it's going to push them back 10 yards. The pass that time to McIntosh was complete just for a couple of yards. But Lander will take the penalty, and it'll be first down and 20 yards to go back from the Riverton 45-yard line on the mark-off.
That actually stopped the clock, so 8:03 to go in this first quarter. Riverton now working with a lot of yardage.
DeVries back to pass, looks to the right side, caught in the middle, back 5 yards on the gain. And that is
Gantenbein with a good catch right in the middle.
18 Gantenbein, yeah.
He was able to get right up to the 50-yard line, so now they're back kind of in a better position. It's going to be second and 15.
Well, that is the first catch by Gantenbein in the game. Second completion by DeVries.
The sun,
the sun is starting to go behind a cloud, which is
beneficial for us.
It feels really good. 7:24 to go. First period of play. Hash mark far side. In the gun. Twin receivers on each side. One man in the slot, and Lander jumps offside.
And that was pretty obvious who that's going to be on. Well, Lander's trying to say it was Riverton that made them go offsides, and Riverton trying to say that it was Lander.
Well, it's a 5-yard penalty, so we're back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's now second down and 10 with the ball at the 45-yard line of Lander.
It's funny when you look around this entirely full side of the bleachers, everyone has something over their eyes right now.
Looking directly into the sun as it's setting to the west.
Braden Baker's coming out and saying something's wrong with his face mask or something. He's holding his chest, so we're going to have an injury timeout, or at least just a timeout by Lander, and we will be right back with more on 93.1 KFCW. It's Lander 7, Riverton 0.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Your tax pros at 672 West Main Street in Lander, Wyoming can handle all your tax needs. Whatever your situation, we know what to do. Call 307-856-2256 today to schedule an appointment. H&R Block is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
DeVries in the shotgun. Two running backs, two receivers on the far side. DeVries runs it himself, finds a little bit of a hole. He gets the first down yardage and more down inside the 35. Looks like he's down at the 33. Gain of 12 yards on the play and another first down, and DeVries showing his strength as a runner.
And as he's showing his strength, he gets up a little gimpy and holding his left hip. He goes back to Coach Linhart. And remember, he started off the season, very first drive of the game against, I believe it was Powell in week 0. He got injured. He wasn't able to play in their week 1 matchup. And we're just hoping that that injury is doing okay. He seems to be fine now, but he got up a little gimpy holding his side.
Hash mark, far side of the field. First down, 10 yards to go. In the gun, looks over to Lenhart to get the call. With him in the backfield is Tolman. Or is that Gantenbein, a 13 or an 8?
That is Toman, and
DeVries
is just going to run it all the way up the middle anyway.
DeVries gets about 5 yards on the play. He goes from the 33 down to the 29-yard line, gain of 4 yards on the play for the Riverton quarterback, who's got 27 yards already on 4 carries, Shawn.
Yeah, as my dad used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if it's going to keep working, you might as well keep running it. at the moment, I believe Derek DeVries would average a first down every 2 runs.
That's the way it's going right now. He's back under center now as they keep changing the formation. There's the handoff, goes in the backfield, and that's going to be Gattenbein. Gattenbein powers his way ahead for a couple of yards. They're going to mark him down at the 27-yard line, so that's going to be a 2-yard gain for Gattenbein.
This is a huge third down right here. If they can stop them before they get into the Lander red zone, I think that they could force Riverton to kick the ball here. That would be a great start for Lander after their 7-0 beginning here.
Third down, 4 yards to go, 4 or 5. It's right in that area. We have Cripps off to the right side. One man in the backfield. In the gun is DeVries. He takes it himself. Goes to the right side. Runs into trouble, and they got him out of bounds short of the line to gain. Nice drive by time by DeVries, but the Lander defense was right there to stop him down, and it's going to be a yard short of the first down, Shawn.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was saying. If they could just stop them there, they force them into a predicament, which they're in right now. 4th and short, you're going to take the kick with the easy points, which may not be as easy for a high school kicker from, what would that be, a 34-yard kick? Or do you just trust your quarterback, try and get 1 extra yard and get this offense back on the field?
Well, with the way DeVries has been playing, I would guess a quarterback sneak right up the middle. Now Riverton's going to call timeout to decide the play. 4:38 to go, first period, Lander 7, Riverton nothing.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Back again at the Bill Bush Memorial Stadium on KFCW 93.1, and if you're watching on WyoToday YouTube's channel, we welcome you in. Lander leading 7-0.
You know, we keep mentioning Bill Bush Stadium. You know, it's someone that's not from around Wyoming. I'm from Kansas. I did a little research into Bill Bush here, and I put his information in this cool program we got. Did you know he was the first ever principal of this high school?
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
He was also the first principal of West Elementary and Starrett Junior High. And he retired back in '84, passed away about 21 years ago. This stadium is one of the best in the state.
Riverton's going to go for it in the gun, and it's DeVries goes straight ahead. He gets the first down and an extra yard.
Maybe an extra yard.
Lander's front 4 got good penetration that time, but DeVries just kept those legs chugging for the first down.
Yeah, Tristan Osborne, the senior, actually had him wrapped up in the backfield, and DeVries kind of dragged him along for an extra yard, and that's the only way he got that 4th down. Tristan Osborne's got to be happy with the success he got into the backfield, but he just couldn't bring him down.
It is a 2-yard gain for DeVries. 6 carries, 32 yards so far. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball's at the Lander 22. Now everyone's in tight. 1 man in the backfield. DeVries rolls out to his right side, makes a pass.
What a throw.
It's caught by Sheets. Sheets is down, out of bounds, about the 10-yard line, and that will be very close to another first down. He really broke through a couple of tackle attempts there for that pass.
He really did. Braden Johnson Baker was the one that had him wrapped up, and not only did he get out of it, he threw it while he was falling down, something most coaches hate to see their quarterbacks do, but he ended up getting it successfully completed to Ty Sheets, and Sheets was able to make that first down up all on his own.
So far, we've had 3 Riverton receivers with yardage, McIntosh, Sheets, and Gattenbein. So it's now first down, 10 yards. It's first and 12 at the 12-yard line. Here's the pitch. DeVries keeps it, goes to his right side. He's met after a couple of yards and pulled down. It'll be a short gain down to about the 6-yard line.
I like to see Joe Jubber right there in the backfield, getting his big body across that offensive line. If he can just get a hand on someone, he has enough strength to pull them down no matter who they are.
And this is a pretty long drive for Riverton. Let's see, this is their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This will be their 14th play of the drive, Shawn.
a nice sustained drive here. It hasn't been sustained yet, but we'll see if the Wolverines can get it in pay dirt.
Yeah, Riverton has been doing this pretty much all year long. Even in their losses, they're able to put together a string of plays and make some really good series, even if it doesn't always end in points. Now they got 2 wide receivers to the right.
One man in the slot, one man in motion. There's the pitch. It goes behind him, carrying the football, darting into the end zone. No, he did not make it into the end zone. Rylan Kelly, was that number 5?
No, that was Hunter Saltzgaber.
Oh, that was Hunter.
And Hunter Saltzgaber definitely thought that he had that
Number
touchdown.
9.
I thought for sure he had it too. It looked like he was in way before he went down. So that was a Lander-friendly call right there by the referees.
Well, it sure looked like he had enough yardage to go down. They're going to officially say it's at the 1 yard line.
That is a half inch away from the goal line. That's not even at the 1.
A 5-yard gain.
I would expect a QB sneak with DeVries under center here.
And there it goes, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Riverton.
DeVries with the 1 yard run and a Wolverine touchdown.
You could just feel it from about the halfway mark. When they got that 4th down, you could just feel Lander's defense a little bit deflated. They gave up 2 big plays after that. You know, once you get up to that goal line, it is a lot easier to get in the end zone. Is now Saltzgaber. We need to differentiate because there's a couple Saltzgabers here. Hunter Saltzgaber, the one that we thought had the touchdown, going to be kicking this PAT. And he fakes it.
They go for 2, and it's good. Running it into the end zone. It was Nick McIntosh. So Riverton gets the 1 yard touchdown run by DeVries and the 2-point run, 2-point conversion. And it's now Riverton 8, Lander 7. Will be.
Riverton Blowdorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blowdorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blowdorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blowdorn Lumber.
.381 Subs and Salads is the newest addition to Fremont County. They offer salads, sandwiches, ice cream, and Lotus drinks. 381 Subs and Salads is located at 702 East Main Street in Riverton.
Well, the Tigers were not expecting a run for 2 points, but that's exactly what Riverton pulled off. Maybe a little bit of retribution from Lander's 2-pointer that won the game last year over in Riverton. So it's an 8-7 game.
I didn't even put those two together. I honestly thought that Riverton was going to be aggressive with their play calling today. They were a little bit more conservative there on that first drive. They still were able to pull together a very long drive for a touchdown. But right there, that's where that aggression, I knew they were going to eventually pull it out, but right there is when they had decided to.
So well, Riverton getting ready to kick off.
Back deep for the Tigers,
and it's McFadden deep for the Lander Tigers. He's back at the 5. There's the kick, end over end. This one's going to bounce into the end zone. Lander will take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, now that they were able to get that 2-play drive in for a touchdown, I want to see if maybe they stay aggressive or if they try any play similar to that. The first thing they're going to have to do, though, is make sure that front 4, that front 5 are able to hold up like they were in that first series there.
Riverton's 15-play drive covering 69 yards, and they had the 2-point successful conversion, and it's 8-7, Riverton by 1. Tigers come out of the huddle right now, and Paxton Hollingshed is in the gun. There's the snap, the handoff goes to the left side. Not much room there for running.
Caleb Larvey around the left side.
And that was Caleb Larvey.
No gain.
We mentioned just how much we liked Larvey both on offense and defense. He's really been picking up a lot of pieces here that Landers needed him to do. And now Bodie Moffitt coming in looking like a receiver most likely.
Just a 1-yard gain that time for Caleb Larvey.
They take Bryce Mason. Now you think someone's got a not a revenge, but if someone wants to have a big game, it's Bryce Mason. He played for these Wolverines last season.
Yeah, he sure did. Lander has it second down, 9 yards to go. Hash mark on the far side under center. Hollingshead hands it off on the near side. and nothing doing there. Riverton was able to read that play really well. No gain on the play.
Hunter Velarde got smacked by about 2 different white jerseys, and then a third one came in and landed on him. That can't feel good.
It looks like they're going to give him 1 yard, Shawn. So Velarde, wearing jersey 25, gets the carry and 1 yard. It'll be third down and 8 yards to go for the Tigers. The ball is right at the 26-yard line. Or, I'm sorry, the 21-yard line. 1 minute to go. First period, 8-7. Riverton with a 1-point lead over Lander. Everyone in tight for the Tigers. One man in motion. Rolling to his left. There's the pass in and out of the hands of the receiver.
I think McIntosh got a hand on it right before it got into the hands of Caleb Larvey. And that is exactly what Riverton's defense was supposed to do. That wouldn't have gotten a first down, I don't think, as Caleb Larvey would have been tackled by number 25, Clay Sheets. He would have been tackled by him almost as soon as he caught that ball.
And coming in for Lander to do the punting is Joel Jubber.
We need one of those WWE announcers for this. Joel Jubber.
And Riverton is back at the 40-yard line. Here's the snap, the kick, a big rush. It's a end over end, bounces, gets back, gets past the receiver McIntosh, and is down at the 29-yard line. So that's where Riverton will start. Tell you what, that took a beneficial bounce that time for Lander, as McIntosh didn't have a chance to run under it.
No, yeah, McIntosh, he was going to get smacked one way or another. So smart move by him to let it go, and they're kind of lucky that it only bounced as far as the 28-yard line there. That could have actually gone a little bit further.
Okay, so it's first down and 10. Football right on the right below the 30-yard line at the 29. First and 10. 33 seconds to go here, first period, and it's an 8-7 game. Riverton with the lead, and the quarterback DeVries in the gun. He's all alone in the backfield. 4 receivers outside, 3 on the left. DeVries is going to run it. He bounces off of one tackle, off another, but he doesn't get that far.
He almost called me Joel Jubber. That's fine.
I was going to call you Joel. You think you get 2 yards up to the 31.
Yeah, he did what he was supposed to do there, and he got through the hole, but that hole closed up almost immediately. And I think they're going to let this one go all the way to the end of the quarter here.
Yeah, there's only 10 seconds left.
He's not even coming back to the huddle, so I'm just going to imagine that that's probably it.
So after 1 quarter of play here at Bill Bush Stadium in Lander, it's Riverton 8, Lander 7.
You don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
WyoGlass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. WyoGlass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. WyoGlass is Lander.
Well, Shawn, this kind of reminds me of the old days at Tonkin Stadium in Riverton, where we have a lot of Riverton fans lined up along the fence looking into the action, as it looks like the far side bleachers there are pretty full.
Yeah, they can't even get any more bodies up in those bleachers, so congrats to Riverton. It's not that hard to travel well when you're 25 minutes away.
Second down, 9 yards to go. DeVries back to pass, has a target downfield. It's shy, it's caught, and dropped by McIntosh.
Wow, McIntosh had the high point on it. He just couldn't get his hands underneath it. And a really good defensive player. Was that number 4? Yeah, that was number 4. That's Landon Jones. He's made a couple good plays so far this season, and now he's hurt. The way that McIntosh came down on him looks like he may have knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. The coaches don't appear to be too overly concerned as they're chatting. The trainer over there for the Lander Tigers, Adam Simon, is chatting with him right now. Pats him on the back, and it is 3rd down. And 9 yards to go for Riverton. They're moving south to north, left to right. DeVries with it, rolls to his left, passes. It's caught this time by McIntosh, who breaks away from one, breaks away from another, across midfield down to the 44-yard line of Lander.
Boy, he's fast. He can put his foot in the ground and turn on a dime. He was able to do that against 2 Lander players before Braden Baker finally came up and got that tackle.
That was a 16-yard pass completion on the play by DeVries to McIntosh. And McIntosh now has 2 receptions, 27 yards.
And I'll tell you right now, the 16 yards, that was that play right there, McIntosh probably had about 14 after the catch. So.
After the he almost was dancing on the sideline there. He didn't step out of bounds, though. 11:22 to go until halftime. 1-point lead by Riverton. In the I formation, DeVries hands off on the far side. Carrying the football is Hunter Saltzgaber. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. There'll be no gain on the play at the 44. That play just took a little bit too long to pull off.
Yeah, Lander is really good at, they obviously play in practice against the run most of the time. So they're going to be able to identify a run or a counter like that very easily. And that was really, really well done by the defensive front there.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Football in the middle of the field. 10:41 to go until halftime. DeVries back in the gun now. Rolls to his left side. Passes downfield. Caught.
I don't think he caught it.
And
did he?
Yes, it's ruled a catch. It'll be a 1-yard catch. And that was on the reception, Nick McIntosh.
I believe that was McIntosh.
Yeah, it was Nick McIntosh.
He was able to bobble it up in the air to himself, and when he was falling to the ground, he got it. So
it's down to the 43, a 1-yard pass by DeVries to McIntosh. Back in the gun. Another pass all the way downfield. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Riverton for Ty Sheets.
Ty Sheets was able to just get a lot of separation. He got past 2 defenders and was able to just streak all the way down to the end zone untouched.
That was a perfectly thrown pass by Derek DeVries as he got down, and as you said, DeVries had yardage on his defender, and it goes 14-7. Now here's the point after kick for Riverton. Well, we'll find out here. There's the snap, the kick, it's up, it's high enough, and it is good enough. And that was Hunter Saltzgaber with the kick, and it is now Riverton 15, Lander 7, 10:07 to go, first half of play.
Do you need a midday pick-me-up? Lander Coffee Company serves delicious, fresh roasted coffee, tea, and other drinks. Come to think of it, why not start your day with their quick, healthy breakfasts, like one of their famous acai bowls, or maybe a breakfast burrito? Just need a quick snack? They got you. Stop by, fuel up, and enjoy at 1255 Main Street in Lander at the Lander Coffee Company.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Midway Avenue, Riverton.
For the Lander Tigers. One of the biggest crowds we've had in many years here at Lander, the rivalry game between the Tigers and the Wolverines, as Saltzgaber is getting ready to kick it off to McFadden deep at the goal line for Lander. Here's the kick. It's an end-over-ender, kind of wobbly. McFadden grabs it at the goal line. He goes off to the right side, gets one break, gets another break. He's got blockers. He's got blockers all the way. He breaks loose. He's at the 20, the 15, the 12, the 10. Touchdown, Tigers! And just like that, Lander answers the bell.
Couldn't ask for much better. than that right there from McFadden. A 99-yard kickoff return, and there's a reason they replaced Joe Jubber with him, huh?
Oh boy, I guess you could say he made the spin right after catching the ball to the right-hand side, and the Lander special teams had a wall set up for him, and all he had to do was dance along the sideline, and just like that, it's 15-13. Tigers look like they're going to go for the 1-point extra point kick. Caleb Andrews' kick is up and good, and it's again a 1-point game. Riverton 15, Lander 14, 9:49 to go until halftime.
Faces to the canyon near you. Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back here to Bill Bush Stadium. We got some scores from around Wyoming. Last night, Wind River put a wallop on Wyoming Indian. Last year, they put up 82 points. Last night, they put up 66 against Wyoming Indians 8. Du Bois also put a smackdown on their team, 88-41 against Meeteetse. And then right now, happening, Cheyenne East 7, Sheridan 3, Cheyenne Central 7, Cheyenne South 0, Laramie 3, Kelly Walsh 0. Those are all in the first quarter, as we're about to watch Lander kick off with 9:49 to go in this first half. Ernie, Riverton's offense is going to be tired. They just got off the field, and now they have to go back out there.
And here's
over.
It's a squib kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. Well, that'll put Riverton in good field position at the 35-yard line. I don't know if that's what they wanted to do. Obviously, they wanted to kick it on the ground away from Ty Sheets.
Yeah, Ty Sheets has already shown what he can do on kickoffs, and they don't want to do that all over again. A squib kick is the right idea, don't get me wrong, but just poor execution there. They weren't able to get that going.
And it went right out of bounds, so Riverton has the ball now. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. 9:49 to go, as Shawn said here, until halftime. A 1-point game, 15-14. Riverton with the lead. Here comes DeVries, fresh from the sideline.
We finally have some shade, too, as the sun is starting to go down over those mountain ranges.
That is great. Sun dipping below the Wind Rivers. DeVries checks the pad on his wrist, flips it up, selects the play, comes down in the shotgun formation. One man split off, tight end on the left side, everyone else in the backfield. There's a pitch. It's a backwards pass, and it was recovered that time by Hunter Saltzgaver, and it's going to be a loss on the play of 3 yards.
Yeah, that pitch just wasn't it wasn't a solid pitch. It was almost like an end-over-end kick, the way that it was kind of flying through the air, and it just made it hard to catch the ball and run. And now they're going to be working with 2nd and 13 with 9.5 to go.
Well, as we've seen, Riverton can certainly overcome that. Lander with a 3-man defensive front. Linebackers right behind that. DeVries in the gun, goes back, quick pass, downfield is caught. With the ball is Brandon Saltzgaver.
Yeah, Branson he caught 2 touchdowns last week. Branson is definitely one of the most talented Saltzgavers out here. We have Bridger, Hunter, Branson, and I think that's it, but that's enough Saltzgavers out here. He's definitely a very talented wide receiver. We're excited to see what he can do for Riverton in his final season here.
5-yard gain on the play makes it 3rd down, 9 yards to go after that first play loss. Here's DeVries back to pass again. He looks downfield, he takes it, runs, and he's caught. Caught at the line of scrimmage, and guess who's there? Caden Rowan for the Lander Tigers.
Well, that's good to see Caden playing with that shoulder injury and not miss a beat, but Derek DeVries, he pump faked it, thinking that maybe the defense would bite, and then when he pulled it down to run, he didn't even feel the defense behind him. 8:27 to go now, and Lander has a chance to get the ball back and go up before halftime.
Bodie Moffat and Parker Burton back for the kick. It's a high end-over-ender. Burton calls for the fair catch at the 23-yard line, and that's where the Lander Tigers will start.
When we come back, 15-14 game, Riverton in the lead. Maybe not for long.
Lander is your premier dealer for quality windows and doors, featuring quality brands like Anderson, Colby, Larson Storm Doors, and more. Overhead Door Company is proud to support our Fremont County student athletes.
Apologies, Admiral Beverage. I didn't think they'd get in formation as fast as Lander starts off this drive with a run right up the middle by Caleb Larvey.
Yeah, Larvey got the handoff and squirted stride up the field, and that's going to be almost a 5-yard pickup by Larvey. Moves it all the way up to the 28-yard line. We're going to give him 5 yards on the play, and that is a good run by Larvey. He has 2 carries now, 6 yards. 7:48 to go, clock running until halftime. 1-point lead by Riverton. In the gun. There's the snap, the handoff to the second man. Fumble on the play, and let's see who's going to come up with it.
Riverton says they got it, and I think they did. I had a clear look at it.
Riverton recovers.
And that is going to be on Larvey. Larvey just dove forward and looked like the ball just maybe got popped out, or he didn't have a very strong hold on it. Either way, that is going to be great field positioning for Riverton, and a terrible way to end that series there for Lander. Just 2 plays in, and they fumble the ball.
Well, Lander's had turnover troubles. They had 3 turnovers last week and up in Buffalo.
Well, now, if they don't have turnover problems, they have penalty problems.
They have penalty problems, yeah.
Turnovers are in the lead here for the problems.
Line of scrimmage at the Lander 30-yard line. DeVries brings his team out. First down, 10 yards to go. Trips to the left side. 1 man in the slot. DeVries carries to the left. He's got a little bit of yardage. He's down close to that first down yardage. I think he's going to be about 2 yards short.
Yeah, he's able to follow his blockers and get a solid 8 yards there. And, if they just keep running that, and they are able to get that much push on one side of the line, they could be really, really dangerous no matter who they're playing this year.
So far, Derek DeVries, 11 carries, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Clock now at 7 minutes to go, first half. Riverton with a 1-point lead, but they're knocking on the door again. And once again, we have 3 receivers off to the right side, 1 man in the backfield. Whistle and a timeout called by Coach Lenhart. So we'll be back right after this.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road. Look out for pedestrians. Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Well, welcome back. 6:51 to go in this second quarter. Lander just fumbled the ball away. Riverton now going to be working with a 2nd and 2. Deuces wild, Ernie, on the 22-yard line.
That's right. And those turnover bugs, we saw it happen in Douglas. In Buffalo. Lander had 2 really quick turnovers on tip passes that resulted in 2 quick scores. They got behind real early and on a wet, cold night, and then the 90-minute lightning delay that kind of took the starch out of the Tigers' pants. But now it is 2nd down. DeVries back to pass again. He's looking long in the end zone. Dropped. Intended for McIntosh.
I don't know if the defense should be celebrating as much there. That was McIntosh dropping the ball as he came down. The defense definitely applied some pressure on McIntosh, but he didn't get a hand on the ball. He was able to land on him and kind of force the gloves there of McIntosh to just not hold on to it. So defense there got a little lucky on the drop. We're hoping that maybe they get lucky again here. 3rd and 2. That's got to be one of the strongest catchers in the entire state. He definitely does not drop very many balls.
And I think the ground might have had something to do with that when he hit the turf there.
Definitely.
Okay, 2 receivers off to the left side. DeVries in the gun. Takes the snap. He's going to run it himself. He gets the first down. He's tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but he falls forward for a couple of yards. First down, Riverton.
I love this sign that Diego Lobatos is holding up down there. Be loud or go sit with your mom.
The football goes to the 18-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard gain by DeVries, who now has 52 yards on 12 carries.
Yeah, the temperature is actually perfect out here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful night.
Couldn't ask for much better for a big rivalry game, especially after we sat out here in the wind and rain. And then obviously last week in Buffalo, we were sitting through thunderstorms. So can't really knocking on wood here that this is probably the best game we're going to get, but hopefully not.
Huge crowd here tonight at Bill Bush Stadium in Lander on homecoming night. Of course, the county rivalry. DeVries rolls to his right, throws to his left. It's caught, and it's McIntosh, and he fights for first down yardage, and I think not McIntosh.
That was Blake Gantenbein. He was able to get the screen.
Oh, number 8.
He had 2 blockers in front of him, was able to get quite a few yards there after the catch. Got the first down. Now they're sitting at the 7-yard line, first and goal.
Yeah, that was 18, Gantenbein. And so the carry is down to the 7-yard line. So that's a 12-yard pass play. And Gantenbein's second reception of the evening. Riverton's taken a long time in that huddle.
Yeah, they've been doing that. They might get a delay of game here eventually. They've called the timeout to avoid that already. Now they're lining in tight.
5:30 to go. One man wide out to the left side. DeVries hands it off straight up the middle, close to the end zone, but down at the 1-yard line.
That's Gantenbein again. He's definitely getting the work right now. He is able to catch the ball. He's able to run the ball, and they're using him to full advantage. 5:11 to go in the second quarter. They're now at the 2-yard line.
Now they put the ball down at the 2. What do you think? We'll have a DeVries
I would imagine
quarterback
so
sneak here,
especially since he's lining up in the under center again.
Yeah, he's under center, and there he goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Riverton, I believe. No sign yet.
Now
there it is. Touchdown, Riverton. DeVries gets the touchdown and 2 yards on top of that. And Riverton goes back out on top now, 21-14.
Well, you know, if we keep going back and forth right now, that 2-point conversion might really come into play. See if they try anything again or if they just stick with the 8-point lead if they get this. And it's up, and it's good.
There's the kick. Yep, and it is good. So Riverton 22, Lander 14. We'll be right back.
County athletes, I, Matt Gordon from Fremont Chevy, would like to wish all teams this year good luck and bring back some championships to this county. If you need a new ride to get to and from those away games, stop down at 1401 North Federal Boulevard or call 307-851-3797 and let me help you get to the games. Your sales professional, Matt Gordon.
The Stock Doc is proud to serve all of Fremont County and surrounding areas. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of veterinarian medicine along with friendly and compassionate service. They service all pets of shapes and sizes between dogs and cows and cats and horses. They treat your animal like it's their own. The Stock Doc.
Welcome back here. I don't know how many people are hoping to see the halftime shows here, but Lander is putting on all the stops. We're going to have the homecoming royalty. We're going to have a presentation from the dance team, and we're going to have a presentation from the Lander marching band. They're going to be presenting their Divas production based off the music of divas like Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Dua Lipa, and more.
McFadden deep for the Tigers at the 5-yard line. It's a squib kick. It's picked up at the 35-yard line, so Lander will have a good field position.
Same thing that Lander was trying to do. They don't want to get the ball to those kick returners that have already gotten huge yardage, and that is kind of the coin flip you have to take. Do you want to give them somewhat good field position like we have right here, or do you want to risk a possible return for a touchdown again if you're Lander or Riverton?
And we've already had one of those tonight.
And Ty Sheets got very close himself as well.
Yeah, he did. 4:44 to go until halftime, 22-14. Riverton with the lead on our WyoToday scoreboard.
Lander now needs a 2-point conversion to tie this game up, and I wonder when they try that. If they get another touchdown, do they try a 2-point conversion right away, or do they kind of just hope that this score will hold and they can do more later?
Paxton Hollingshed in the gun, 2 men behind him, 1 man on the right. There's the little shovel pass, and it's going to go for a couple of yards. Went to the 1 man in the backfield.
I believe that was Bryce Mason.
Was that Bryce? I can't see the numbers there. It's just that time of dusk where it's hard to see those black numbers on those green uniforms.
It was Bryce Mason. Now Bryce Mason comes out. Bryce Mason is really hoping to get some big yardage tonight against this team. And you're right, the dusk makes this impossible to read numbers right now. I'm going to have to pull out my binoculars, Ernie.
Yeah, Paxton in the gun, 2 men behind him. There's the handoff, goes to the first man through Larvey. Larvey across the 35 up to about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was actually a dangerous little run there, as Paxton didn't even get a firm grasp on the ball after it got hiked to him, and he was just lucky that he didn't mess that handoff up, and that was really good by Caleb Larvey to secure that.
Yeah, that he fumbled it last time, and this time he had both hands wrapped around that football. 3:30 to go, first half. Riverton leading on our WyoToday scoreboard, 22-14.
I'm trying to do the dance that they're doing down there on the sideline, and Larvey got smacked.
No, that was Baker.
That was Baker, sorry.
Yeah,
Braden Baker went right up the middle, and he actually had a good-sized hole. If he could just get past number 57, that being Tyree Harris Aragon, if he had gotten past 57, that was a guaranteed first down, but 57 got a hand on him, and now I don't think they're going to punt. Otherwise, they would look like they're more in punt formation.
Well, the Tigers, Coach Jim Burton now sends out Bodie Moffitt with the play. He gives it to Paxton Hollingshed. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Hollingshed under center. Everyone in tight. 1 man in motion. Long count.
They're going to try a hard count.
Yeah,
nope,
and it didn't work, so Lander calls the timeout. 2:34 to go until halftime. Riverton 22, Lander 14.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
2:34 to go until halftime. Biggest crowd of the year and maybe in a couple years here in Lander. Both sections of bleachers on each side of the field completely filled, and we've got a lot of folks along the fence line on the Riverton side.
Not just that, if you go over by the concession stand, it is completely full. Over there, that little kind of area where you could go up the steps, go up the ramp, or you could go to the concession stand, and it is full here. You got people and parents and kids walking over and across the bleachers, and they can't find a place to sit.
Okay, the Tigers come out. Let's see what they do. They bring Jubber in to punt this time. And going deep back is Ty Sheets for Riverton. There's the whistle for play. Jubber at the 30-yard line gets off a nice kick. Spiral, bounces, and it takes a Lander bounce.
Good bounce.
All the way down to the 10-yard line, and that's where it's down.
I like Parker Burton, the way he tries to get the wind behind it. Ernie, let's stay here while they're getting set up here. What have you seen so far from Lander that you're happy about?
Well, their passing game, obviously, is much improved. We've had 1 pass completion out of 2 attempts, so they're 50% right now. But I like the way they're running the football, Shawn.
Yeah, they're trying different things. They're not just running right up the middle with the fullback or the quick back like they were the first 2 or 3 weeks, but I really do appreciate them trying to get the passing game going. And even though they're not passing, they're lining up in formations where Riverton might think that they are going to pass. And that is something that is going to have to be accounted for if you're Riverton, because they could line it up and pass the ball.
The play comes in from the sidelines, and Coach Lenhart, DeVries, brings his team up to the line. Gattenbein to his left. He's in the gun. Tight ends on either side. There's the snap. The pitch goes over to Gattenbein. He tries to turn the corner, and he does. He breaks one tackle, another, and then he's finally pulled down by the Tigers' Landon Jones, but not before a nice gain on the play of about 7 yards.
Yeah, he was dragging a Lander defender for the first couple of yards there. Could have been a tackle for a loss if he had just been able to drag him more, but Lander really sandwiched him right there at the end.
So Gattenbein now has 4 carries and a dozen yards.
Under 2 minutes to go, Ernie.
Here is the pass play rolling out. Is DeVries. He's got a man downfield. McIntosh gets it at the 38-yard line. First down, Riverton.
Now, while that was a great pass, if he had thrown it, that was a curl route for McIntosh, but if he had thrown it right as he curled, if he had been able to get that ball to him, McIntosh could have turned on the booster jets and gone for a touchdown. Lander's lucky that was a little bit behind him.
28-yard pass play. DeVries fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, throws in the middle to McIntosh again, close to that first down yardage. He's going to be about 3 yards short.
That was Jackson Larson. That's the first time we've called his name. That's a junior. And Jackson Larson, brother of Peyton Larson. The Larson family, pretty well known in baseball, but they're pretty good at football too. Now, quick play. DeVries is just going to toss it over to Branson Saltzgaver on a little out route, and he dropped the ball. That'll stop the clock at 1 minute and 10 seconds to go before halftime.
So the football right now is at the 37-yard line. They moved the ball back. It was at the 38. It's now back at the 47-yard line. 1:10 to go. It's third down. Riverton needs a long one for the first down. 2 receivers split out wide to the near side. 2 on the other side, twin receivers. It's going to be a keeper by DeVries. He's going to get the first down to midfield. Had Tigers hanging all over him that time for Lander. That was Gavin Romer.
Yeah, that's the second time that DeVries has dragged defenders across the first down line. There was plenty of strength on this Lander defense. They're just not showing it right now in the backfield. Otherwise, they would probably have 2 punts instead of 2 first downs.
DeVries has 66 yards on the ground now and 14 carries. He's still in the gun. He moves to the left, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage and brought down. No gain on the play, maybe a yard. And Riverton quickly calls timeout.
I got a quick score while they call that timeout. Thermopolis currently up over Pinedale 13-0. Both those teams looking for their second win of the season. Thermopolis, I believe this is their homecoming game as well.
So we've got 45 seconds to go. Riverton quickly called timeout. Coach Lenhart right there was right on the official's ear and called timeout. They would like to get another scoring here before halftime.
Yeah.
Riverton leads 22-14.
No more timeouts for Riverton, though. They're going to have to get up and clock the ball, or they're going to have to try and get out of bounds, I should say. And if they can't do that, Lander is going to be very much like they were last week. They're going to be able to get out of this first half possibly without a score. That's still 45 seconds away, though, so we got a lot of time.
And already Lander has scored 14 points, which was their total offensive output, aside from a 2-point safety against Cody. So the Lander offense doing a good job here tonight, scoring against this tough Riverton team. Okay, here we go. DeVries in the gun.
2nd and 9.
Back to pass. Big rush. There's the pass. In the middle it goes. It's caught at the 45-yard line, all the way down to the 40, maybe the 39, and here's a late flag.
Yeah, Blake Gantmine, I think he got dragged down by his face mask. That's going to stop the clock as well.
Well, the play is to the 39-yard line, a 10-yard play.
I think we're going to get a face mask, and I think it's going to be added to the end, what we're going to see from the white hat here.
Here's the personal foul.
A hit to the head.
Hit to the head.
I guess he was a defenseless player as he was going down, and whoever made that hit, I didn't get a good shot at seeing it. I think that was probably a mistake there that he didn't mean to do, obviously. But Lander, as we talked about, has had some penalty issues over the past couple weeks. They really cleaned it up last week, but you couldn't tell through the rain and the score.
The penalty moves the football all the way down to the 24-yard line, a 15-yard penalty. So Riverton has 35 seconds. They're 24 yards away.
Still no timeouts. That's a big key factor here.
Let's see what the Wolverines do in the I formation now. Gattenbein in the gun, takes 2 steps back, looks downfield, fires to the end zone, caught and dropped right at the end zone. And of course, that was his favorite receiver, McIntosh.
Yeah, that's the second time McIntosh has had a hand put in front of the ball right before he caught it. Last time it almost ended in a touchdown. This time he was able to watch it hit the ground. Lander, good defense there, stops the clock at 29 seconds though.
So it's second down now and 10 yards to go from the 24. And I'm guessing here, Shawn, that Riverton's going to go to the air.
I would imagine so as well. That's really their strength. You know, they have some good running backs. DeVries can really run, but right now with 29 seconds, no timeouts, you got to trust your receivers like you have all season long.
Gattenbein, there's the pass by DeVries. It's caught. McIntosh, touchdown.
Wow.
Lander had 2 receivers or 2 defenders on McIntosh, and DeVries split between them, and McIntosh just turned and ran untouched into the end zone.
And it was Bodie Moffitt on the coverage. He actually had him wrapped up. The biggest thing was, I don't know if he twisted his ankle or if he fell awkwardly, but he couldn't even get up without the help of his teammates. I don't know exactly what happened, but McIntosh, as soon as he caught the ball, no longer had a defender in front of him, and instead the Lander defender had to go up and hurdle over his teammate in order to get up towards McIntosh, but then it was too late as the PAT is good. 21 seconds to go. It's Riverton 29, Lander 14 here on 93.1 KFCW.
Wyoming Waste hopes that all Fremont County sports teams dismiss their opponents like Wyoming Waste dismisses your trash. They offer services from roll-off cans, commercial, and residential garbage. Wyoming Waste services Fremont County, Hot Springs County, Washakie County. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please call 307-856-5354 or stop down at the Riverton office, 730 South Broadway. Wyoming Waste wants to wish everyone in Fremont County good luck in their sports this year.
Welcome back. Well, that was really deflating, Ernie. They had good coverage on McIntosh. They had him. If Bodie Moffitt had not injured his leg there, I think he would have been able to make that tackle right at the 10, 15-yard line, and then we would still be having a running clock. I think that might have ended the half there, but instead, Bodie Moffitt goes down. His teammate has to hurdle over him to try and get to McIntosh, and by then it was too late. It's 29-14.
Saltzgaver with the kick, and it's another squib, and it bounces right to the 38-yard line. Ooh. It's covered right there. And let's pick out the number.
That was number 4, Landon Jones.
No, that was Landon Jones on the recovery.
It was a good attempt there. He really did take a shot to the face there at the very end. But 17 seconds. I wonder if Lander tries to go to the air, if we just go to half here.
Well, we'll certainly find out. Here comes Paxton Hollingshed back from his visit with Coach Jim Burton. Just 17 ticks of the clock left. Here come the Tigers. Jubber split far out wide to the right side. Burton in the slot. Here's the snap.
Low snap.
The ball gets away from Hollingshed, but he gets the pass down to Smith-Belardi, and it's a first down. Lander to the 45, and that stops the clock, and a flag comes out on the play.
Yeah, great catch by Belardi, and he was able to get around that defensive player for that extra little bit of yardage there. Let's see what the flag is for. They're looking towards Riverton like they're wanting to accept or deny it, so I think this is going to be on Lander, and Lander's moving backwards already.
Oh, a really nice gain on the play and a penalty at the end of it. Let's see if it's a dead ball penalty.
What stinks is I think that was Hunter Smith-Velarde's first catch of the season after a couple targets, and it is going to be...
Yeah, block in the back. And so the Tigers get their third penalty of the game, and it's going to negate that really nice run. It goes back to the 43-yard line. So another 10-yard penalty here against Lander, and it goes to the 43. So that's actually just a 1-yard gain with the penalty, and that wipes off the pass play to Smith-Filardi. And that's going to be the end of the half. Our halftime score, Riverton 29, Lander 14.
And Ernie, we have a special presentation. We're going to mix it up a little bit as our cohorts across the field over there, Cody and Baylor Beers, they're on 93.9 KTAK. They're the Riverton broadcast. They're going to send Baylor Beers over here to talk with you, and I'm going to go over there to talk with Cody. So when we come back here, we are going to have a different broadcaster. Riverton side of the ball is going to be talking with Ernie, and I'm going to be talking with Riverton side of the ball over on 93.9. It's up to you who you want to listen to. Both are on WyoToday's YouTube page.
Enjoy fresh-made pizza, pasta, calzones, and subs at Peretz, 519 West Main in Riverton. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday. Closed on weekends. Call 857-7306 to order for pickup or delivery with DoorDash. Peretz.
Midway is an all-out clear-out for the new 2022 campers with the best price guarantee. Midway has financing with no money down, no payments for the rest of the year. Low interest rates on sweet fifth wheel. Dealer incentives up to $25,000 on toy haulers. Top dollar on trade-ins and door-to-door delivery. It's Midway's all-out clear-out. MidwayCampers.com. Midway, when you expect the best.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a Crow Cadillac, coupe to bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
I spend a lot of time driving in Wyoming, and if there's a common theme is that our roads are long and the towns are far apart. Most Wyomingites buckle their seatbelts, but still 20% do not.
Wyoming law dictates that every person in a vehicle must wear a seatbelt at all times. Seatbelts reduce the risk of death by 45% and reduce the risk of injury by 50% in all motor vehicle crashes.
I buckle up to secure my journey and to protect what matters most, my family. Our Yellowstone region is home to breathtaking beauty, but please, drive with caution and buckle your seatbelt, for you and your family's sake.
Remember, Wyoming, your safety is our priority. Please buckle up, not only for your safety, but it's the law.
Ernie Over back with you here at halftime of this homecoming game, and we have a score of Riverton 29 and Lander 14, and the homecoming attendants are being introduced. You can see them down there in front of the main grandstand. We'll move the camera just a little bit. We have the 2023 Eagle Whistle royalty, Jordan Armejo, the 2023 FFA royalty, Hallie Wilson and Michael Putnam, the 2023 freshman royalty, Maisie Delbridge and Finn McFadden, the 2023 sophomore royalty, Harlow Baker and Corbin Law, the 2023 junior royalty, Adriana Braveheart and Tyra Savage, and the 2023 senior royalty, Cassidy Lane, Madison Clancy, Ty Martin, and Rachel Grabauskas. And they have not announced who the homecoming king and queen are yet. They're down in front, as you can see, as the last attendant is showing up, and we will have them pretty soon. Oh, yeah. And now they're all in place, and we're going to find out who the 2023 homecoming king and queen are of Lander.
Cassidy will go back to the 80s for the party. Her favorite memory of LVHS.
Okay, here comes the last senior attendance coming up. We're in an extended halftime. We're having the Lander Valley High School royalty out in front. And then the Lander Valley High School band will have a presentation. So there's the final royalty attendance in front of the grandstand here. And then we're going to have the announcement of the homecoming king and queen. And we can't say who it is yet because they haven't announced it. But it's coming up, and let's go to
your 2023 homecoming.
Okay, here we go.
Cassidy Lane and Ty Martin.
Okay, Cassidy Lane and Ty Martin are the homecoming king and queen. They didn't know about that till right now. We're waiting for Beers to come. Oh, here he is, Baylor Beers. Get on the headset there, Baylor. Okay, welcome. Well, you're with our sister station, KTAK, and, well, what do you think of the first half, Baylor?
I mean, it's been a close game. Can you hear me, Ernie?
Yeah, I can. We need to boost you a bit.
Yeah, it's been a close game, you know.
Congratulations to your 2023.
Landers put together some great plays. That kickoff really turned the momentum in Landers' favor for sure. I've been impressed with Riverton's ability to make long drives and make them count.
Yeah, they've had 2 really long drives in the contest. And, of course, Riverton comes in one of the state's top passing teams, and they sure showed that this morning.
Oh, yeah,
or
absolutely.
this afternoon. This evening? Tonight. Here we are.
Yeah. Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, Riverton, Derek DeVries is such a weapon, both on the ground and through the air, but he is has been incredibly consistent tonight, I believe. He had 13 receptions on about 15 attempts there in the first half. So, yeah, he's definitely a weapon.
And we've got on our WyoToday YouTube site, the Lander Valley dance team is now performing, so we'll feature them as we talk with Baylor Beers. Well, Baylor, let me ask you a personal question here. How is it working with your dad on the radio broadcast, Cody?
You know, it's been really fun, actually. It's my first year doing it, and it's been a heck of a learning experience, but I think, you know, a guy who's been on the radio as much as he has, you know, the face of WYDOT kind of in this area, and also, you know, the voice of the Wyoming Indian Chiefs and Lady Chiefs, you know, it's definitely an honor of mine to be on his team.
Yeah, well, that's pretty great. Are you enjoying it?
Absolutely. Having a blast.
Yeah. Of course, now, you were a Riverton Wolverine yourself. You were on the line.
Yeah, on the line, yeah. I was a center for my junior and senior year, and you know I was involved, let's say, and I was involved in obviously some of these games here in Lander and Riverton, and it was always a week, you know, we circled on the schedule. It was always something we looked forward to, both coming to Lander and also having Lander come over to Riverton. There's so many people here, I actually struggled to get over here, that's why I was kind of late, and it just, you know, it's just such a fun time, and it's such a fun atmosphere.
And of course, you've also been involved in the Riverton Junior Football League, and that is a great beginning program for kids who want to play for the red and white.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, as a kid, you always take it for granted that there's going to be youth sports and youth football and everything, but it's definitely one of the premier junior football leagues in the state, and it really helps get you ready, you know, building up from flag and then going into tackle. It really helps you build up into what is both middle school and high school football, and really builds a foundation for Riverton football.
And I think they're going to have a little ceremony here in just a few weeks to again honor Brent Watson, who was one of the founders of the Junior Football League in Riverton, who died of cancer here a year ago. Brent was a great guy and a good friend of all of us.
Absolutely. You know, you don't hear football in Riverton without the Watson family being involved, and Brent was no exception. He, you know, was very involved. You know, I mean, it's almost I can't even express in words how much of an impact Brent Watson had on Riverton football, especially Riverton junior football. So it'll be an awesome ceremony here in a couple weeks at RJFL.
Yeah, they've got a new scoreboard up there with his name on it, and of course painted on the field, Brent Watson Field. A great honor for a man who left us too soon. But let's get back to this game, the rivalry between between Lander and Riverton. Now, last year, Baylor, Riverton lost a heartbreaker on an overtime 2-point play, and I just wonder if that 2-point conversion on Riverton's second touchdown might have been kind of bit of a poke in your eye to Lander.
Absolutely. I mean, that game was crazy last year. Had the lightning delay, had to push it off till Monday. I believe it was mid-afternoon on Monday. So a very weird game, probably one of the weirdest in recent history. But absolutely, I mean, what this game has been so far is a shootout. So a 2-point conversion that early is definitely going to come into play here as the game progresses.
Yeah, and Lander has doubled their offensive output of the entire season. Through 5 games, they only scored 14 points with their offense and or defense. The extra 2 points, because they have 16 points on the year coming into this game, was courtesy of a bad snap on a punt by Cody that went out of the end zone. They lost that one 56-2. So the Tigers have really upped the game. Do you see that the Lander has done anything different than what you expected?
Not really. I'm surprised they haven't passed as much as I thought. That's kind of something I was expecting a little bit, because Riverton's passing defense is not the strongest, I would say, in 3A, but no, I think I expected him to pound the rock with number 34. I don't have his name on top of my head.
Baker.
Baker, of course. And then, so yeah, I think Lander's doing exactly what we anticipated coming in, and they've been driving the football and have put together some good drives in this game.
Well, DeVries, we have him 15 carries for 67 yards, and Gattenbein with 4 carries for 12 yards. So DeVries doing what he does best, and that's not only pass the football but run the football.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he kind of got banged up earlier this year. Had a high ankle sprain that he was dealing with, so he was kind of limited on the ground for the first probably 3 or 4 games. But this has really been the first game that he's really been unleashed, part of this offense, and he's definitely leaving his mark on this game.
It looked like he might have had a twinge on that ankle in the first or second play of the game. He limped just a little bit, but he's certainly recovered from it.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a strong kid, and he can come back from a lot. Even though he had the high ankle sprain that kept him out of week 2, and obviously, like I said, has limited him through the first couple weeks. He's still been making plays. Every time he's in there, he's making plays for this Riverton offense.
And I know what that feels like.
I see that now.
Yeah, I've got a big boot on. Had a little mishap in Buffalo. Fell down the bleachers there during the rainstorm and lightning. And fortunately, no broken bones, but a lot of soft tissue damage.
That's good, yeah.
But on Wyo today, you're watching the Lander Valley Marching Band out there doing the performance that they're going to take to the state of a medley of local pop tunes. And, of course, the Lander Band, I don't know why they don't have their uniforms on tonight, but they don't. But they still look pretty good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I also played band in high school. I was a 4-year student. I played band all through middle school also.
Oh, that's right. You had the tuba, didn't you?
Yeah. So I often was on the football field in my football uniform at halftime. So it's cool to see Lander put out a marching band on the field there. And they're doing a great job.
It's cool because when we were doing small school basketball here a few years ago and up in Du Bois, about 3 Du Bois basketball players went up to join the band. It's great in small schools where the band performers can go out and the football performers can play with the band at halftime.
Absolutely, yeah. I think, being as involved as you can be in high school is very important, especially in, like you said, small towns like in this area. And it shows the community how involved and how dedicated you are to the school if you do multiple things like that.
You were also a swimmer at Riverton High School.
I was, yep.
Now, Riverton hasn't been able to beat Lander for quite some time. Lander 28 state championships in a row. That's pretty tough, but that gives you something to shoot for, doesn't it, if you're in the Wolverine tank?
Absolutely, yeah. That's definitely an area where Lander has beat Riverton very soundly for the last, obviously, probably 28 years. I remember in high school, I've been out for 6 years now. I was thinking, we'll see what happens. Surely the streak will will go away eventually. But no, I mean, Landers
still
is continuing to impress in the pool.
Well, Baylor, we're going to let you go back over to the other side of the field for your broadcast on KTAK. And here we're going to keep it on 93.1 KFCW and on WyoToday YouTube. Baylor, thanks for coming over, and we'll see you at the end of the game probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck going the rest of the way.
All right, thank you very much. Baylor Beers, the color announcer for Cody Beers at the other side of the stadium here, and the Lander Valley Marching Band doing their thing out in the center of the field. Nice little presentation. They've got some pop tunes that they're performing to, and we'll be right back with more of the game from Lander right after this.
Quality in Thermopolis offers great rates, a convenient location, standard room, and family rooms with bunk beds. Choice Hotel members earn points while you stay. Quality Inn is proud to support Fremont and Hot Springs County student athletes.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
For more than 60 years, RTO Point S has been installing quality tires and offering expert vehicle service in Fremont County. With 2 locations on South Federal and West Main in Riverton, RTO Point S is proud to support our Fremont County student athletes.
Head to Nana's Bowling and Bakery in DuBois for Family Fun Night. Now booking parties for all ages and occasions. To reserve your company, family, or birthday party, call 455-3660. Nana's Bowling and Bakery is proud to support Fremont County student athletes.
If you're planning home improvement projects, look no further than Valley Lumber. They provide nothing but the best from lumber, power tools, hardware, paint, plumbing supplies. If you need it, they have it. Valley Lumber at 290 North 2nd Street in Lander.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Welcome back. It's halftime here.
The swimmers are getting ready to take that traditional lap of theirs. They're down into their swimming trunks, their Speedos, and they're going to be running around the track. It's a homecoming tradition here at Lander Valley High School. You'll see them when they come around the corner there. Yeah, there they go right there, carrying their state championship banner.
29 straight.
29 straight. That is just awesome. It's amazing. And the Wolverines and the Tigers are back out on the field, and we'll be ready to go here. They'll get a few more minutes to warm up. But here go the Lander Valley High School swimmers right in front of the Riverton fans, and let's see, they're going to stop there and make a cheer.
Yeah, they're going to cheer to the Riverton guys. I don't know what you and Baylor talked about, but Cody brought up something really, really well. You know, when that fumble happened, it was 22-14.
Right.
Lander could have gone and tied it up or made it 21-22. Instead, they fumbled the ball. Riverton is now up by 2 scores. They're up by 15 points, and they get the kickoff.
And they get the ball to start the second half.
So they could very easily go up by 3 scores, and when you're down by 3 scores, it doesn't matter what kind of home field advantage. It doesn't matter if it's homecoming week. It doesn't matter if there's injuries on the other side of the ball. It's very, very difficult to come back from 3 scores down, no matter who you are.
But the Lander offense has shown some life in this game. I mean, we only had 14 points on offense the last 5 games, and we've got 14 points already here at halftime.
And that's the fastest mile I've ever, the fastest go-around I've ever seen in Speedos, so.
Yeah, the funny thing was one of the band members was out there.
Yeah, he ripped off his shirt.
And he ripped off his shirt to go over here and run with his Lander Valley High School swimming teammates. State champions, that's almost a national record. I think the national record is in the 30s.
And I believe it's down in Florida. I think I wrote it when they won their last one. I think the national record is 34 consecutive state championships, and I don't even think that was in swimming. I don't know. It might have been in baseball. I really don't remember. But River, I turned 30 2 months ago. They have been champions my entire life. That is insanity.
That is amazing. Well, we're getting ready to go. Lander will kick off to Riverton to start the second half of play on our halftime show. We've got about a minute and a half left. It's 29 Riverton and 14 Lander. And as you said, that turnover, the only one so far in the game, was a really critical one for the Lander Tigers.
Service Plumbing in Riverton serves all of Fremont County for both new construction and repairs. For a bid on your next plumbing project, bring your plans to Service Plumbing, 201 Webwood Road in Riverton. Service Plumbing, proud to support our Fremont County athletes.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WyoToday app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WyoToday app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit WyoToday.com to download the WyoToday app now.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
McIntosh and Sheets are back for the Wolverines, back at the 10-yard line. Lander set to kick off, and that is, let's see, is that, I can't tell the number there. Is that 30?
Kicking?
Yeah,
yes, it is.
That's Dennis Thornock is the kick. It's a long kick, comes down at the 8-yard line.
That's Sheets.
Picked up there by Ty Sheets, and he's down immediately as he gets to the 18-yard line.
Who was that?
It'll be a, let's see, he got it at the 5. That'll be 15-yard return before he was slammed to the ground.
That was Hunter Smith-Velarde with a huge hit.
So they're going to mark the ball at the 19-yard line. It'll be a 15-yard return for Ty Sheets. His first return today. Just underway in the second half of play here. Homecoming in Lander. Huge crowd here in Lander tonight.
Yeah, even Cody agreed this might be the biggest or the most people he's seen here in years.
And of course, we've got the big Fremont Toyota soccer tournament here in town. Going to bring 300 teams into Lander this weekend.
Lander Strikers tournament going to be happening at Poposia.
Poposia.
And I wanted to make you a little mad there. Poposia Park as well as here.
Trips out to the left side, and there's a pass that goes for about a yard, and it's to McIntosh, as it was student body right for the Lander defense, and they prevented McIntosh from going more than 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, the bubble screen just did not get going there for Riverton, and good on Lander to predict exactly where they were going to go with that ball. You know, if you could just put an extra guy on McIntosh all day, I think you'd be able to stop this passing offense 50% of the time, but that's just not the case. They have Ty Sheets, they have Saltzgaver, they have a lot of guys that can catch the ball and move. It's not just McIntosh, but good job honing in on him there.
Three receivers, trips out to the right-hand side in the gun. DeVries passes right in the middle. There's the catch, and it goes to Brandon Saltzgaver, and he gets up about 5-6 yards.
Yeah, Branson Saltzgaver was one of his favorite targets last week. Like I said, had 2 touchdowns, and now 3rd and 1. I would expect the quarterback sneak. This is almost like the Philadelphia Eagles in the tush push. You just expect it at this point, and if it works, it works. You cannot be upset about it.
So that is the second reception by Saltzgaver. He has 13 yards on 2 catches. I haven't totaled up what DeVries has, but it's a lot. We'll get to that here after a bit. Okay, 3rd down and 1.
He's in the gun.
In the gun. and he runs it to the left-hand side. First down. He gets about 3 on the play. He shot the gap there on the left side of that, or the right side of that Lander line.
Yeah, either way, that they knew that he was going to run the ball. I think that fake to the number 13, Talon Toman, the fake to him, obviously got at least one Lander player to bite, and that was enough to get him that first down.
16 carries in the game for Derek DeVries. He has a total of 71 yards in the contest. Same formation now, trips to the right. One man in the backfield, now in motion is Gattenbein. DeVries back to pass, long pass downfield. He's got a man, and it's going to be a tackle at the 23 or 27, 28-yard line.
Ty Sheets again just gets so much separation. He's able to get 2 or 3 yards in front of any defender. Right there, they should have had a double high safety. Instead, they had a single high safety, and we're playing man. And there was just no way Bodie Moff, or Joel Jubber, I'm sorry, was able to be catching up with him there and just couldn't get it done.
That is a 39-yard pass play by Sheets. Yeah,
that was by Sheets.
Yeah, to Sheets, yeah. 39 yards, wow.
Well, and that's what they've just been doing all season long. It's not surprising anymore as there's a run to the middle, and he's still going.
Yeah, it's Gattenbein with the carry. He's down across the 25, down to about the 24-yard line. So Gattenbein with the carry goes from the 28 to the 24, a 4-yard gain on the play for Gattenbein. And that now is his 5th carry for 16 yards in the contest. Riverton still taking some time in the huddle. 8:55 to go, third period. Riverton 29, Lander 14. The Wolverines coming back up to the line of scrimmage in the gun. Twin receivers over. There's the pitch and the reverse, and it goes on the near side with it is Sheets. Sheets in a race to the end zone. Does he get there?
No.
He's out at the 1-yard line.
That was a heck of a reverse, and the sweep got everybody. Everybody was following DeVries to the left, except for a couple green jerseys that followed Sheets to the right. Smart move by a couple of them. That was just really well play design right there.
Well, that was a 22-yard scamper on the reverse. And do we have a flag down?
I saw something yellow go up in the air, but I think that was on the sideline. I think that's one of these. Oh, no, we do have a flag down, the referee.
Yeah,
and this might be coming back.
There it is. It's right at the 16-yard line.
Blocking the back.
Blocking the back. Oh, that is tough news for Riverton, as that's going to push them back. And for the Wolverines, that's their 3rd penalty of the game, and it goes for 10 yards. They've been penalized only 25 yards in the game tonight. Lander so far has been penalized 25 yards.
Well, you say that's a 25-yard penalty. In reality, that's a 30-yard penalty because he got about 25 yards on that run.
Yeah, back to the 25 on the penalty. Back to pass, DeVries looks to his left side, and it's caught. Salzgeber has it down across the 20-yard line, down close to the line to gain for the Wolverines. He's down at the 19-yard line. It'll be just short of the first down.
That pass went right through the hands of Lander's Trey Pickard. He was in the backfield. He got his hands up at the right time. When I mean that was probably a centimeter away from being tipped by Pickard, it was less than a centimeter. That was by the hair of his nose there, and really good reception and keeping his eyes on the ball was number 4, Branson Salzgeber.
That is the 6th different receiver that DeVries has targeted in the game. Straight ahead for the first down on the quarterback keeper. Goes all the way down to the 10-yard line. So that'll be a nice gain and another first down for the Wolverines.
And when it's 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2 and shorter, you have a guaranteed first down almost with Derek DeVries and his legs. So why not run it?
17 carries now for 76 yards. Riverton's knocking on the door. First down, 10 yards to go. They're right outside the 15-yard line, right about the 16. 7:28 to go till the third period, 29-14. Riverton with the lead on our WyoToday scoreboard. DeVries and the pitch goes on the left side for some pretty good yardage down to about the 10-yard line. And that was
Hunter Salzgeber, yeah. We got to differentiate them. There's so many of them here.
And they're going to mark the ball down at the 11-yard line.
On the 11-yard line.
Got about 4 yards there, 2nd and 6. And, you know, they can get the first down and still not have a touchdown here. They're hoping to get to the 6-yard line. And if they can get that, 1st and goal from the 5 is going to be difficult to stop for Lander. You want to stop them here now.
Okay, DeVries comes up under center this time for the Wolverines.
2 receivers right.
That's right. He rolls to his right, looking, throws, caught by Sheets, and it's down to the 5-yard line, maybe the 4.
Well, that's a first down, and those bootleg passes have been working for them all year long. And honestly, DeVries said it last year, he prefers to throw on the run. He thinks that he actually has better accuracy when he throws on the run, and you know what that does? That reminds me of him in baseball with the Riverton Raiders last season. He likes to throw while he's on the run, and he gets that skill from playing baseball, much like Patrick Mahomes, much like Kyler Murray. If you're a good baseball player, you can probably throw the ball on the run in football.
His 3rd catch for 46 yards in the game. Riverton, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. And the quarterback going to keep it himself, runs into the end zone, touchdown Riverton.
And what did we say? If they went down 3 scores, it's hard to get back from. They're now down 21 points with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. They can make it 22 here, and that is difficult for Lander to come back on.
Well,
I still have faith, though, Ernie. They've been playing better today, as Ernie almost got decked in the face by a tennis ball. Ernie, you all good over there? You
I'm
didn't
okay.
even bother you.
Yeah, it just missed me.
The PAT up and down the middle and good. Makes it 36-14.
We'll be back right after this.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
And the Tigers getting ready to return the kick. Deep back for the Tigers is McFadden. He's at the 5-yard line. Salzgaber to kick off for Riverton at the 40. Here's the whistle. Here's the whistle. Here's the whistle. Okay, there goes the whistle. There's the kick, and it's a squib, and it goes down. It's dropped by Lander, but covered immediately by one of the Tigers. So Lander's going to have excellent field position. They're going to be at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and, you know, if you can start off on good field position, that's one thing, but you just got to make it count. You know, they've had a couple good drives. No matter where they start from, they've had a couple good drives tonight. They can just keep that going. It's touchdowns only from here on out. You don't want to settle for field goals, especially against your rival in your own home.
I beg your pardon, the line of scrimmage is the 38-yard line. So Lander's going to start at the 38. They say he was down earlier than we thought. Under center, Hollingshed is the receiver. He takes the pass, caught, first down yardage out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
Who was that over there?
That was a direct snap. And Hollingshead caught the ball.
No, that was Braden Johnson.
Was that Johnson?
So Hollingshead starts off the second half with a completed pass to Braden Johnson Baker, and not only a completed pass, but a first down, Ernie. That's what you want to see.
He's now completed 3 passes in a row, 5:57 to go in the third. Lander trails by 3 touchdowns. Hollingshed rolls to his left. Long pass is caught downfield at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Lander. And for the Tigers, that's Bodie Moffitt.
Yeah, Moffitt was quarterback at the beginning of this year. And, you know, that broken thumb, or that hurt thumb, I should say, doesn't seem to be bothering him on the catch. That was a great reception. He wasn't super wide open, but he gave himself enough space to allow the ball to get there. So good on Bodie Moffitt to shake off a defender.
By Hollingshead to Moffitt, 24 yards. Now four pass completions in a row. To his right side, looks, passes, caught downfield. Is that
that's Velarde, I believe.
I think it's Smith Velarde, and he's close to the first down inside the 25-yard line. Looks down to the 23, so that is a nice 7-yard on fire now. 5 passes in a row.
And that's exactly what they want, is exactly that. They just want him to start completing pass. Yeah, you want that momentum. You want to continue to get the ball to different people, too. You don't want to rely on one guy, and that's what he's doing.
Here's the snap from center. It's high, hands off to Larvey, and we have a flag on the play.
I think he delay a game or a false start, one or the other, but it's on Lander.
Well, it's going to be a false start. And that is only the 4th penalty of the game against the Tigers. That's the 2nd time they've been penalized for 5 yards. They had one long 15-yarder and then a 10-yarder, 35 yards in penalties, and that moves the ball back to the 29-yard line.
And that actually stopped the clock, too. I didn't notice it's 4:45 to go in this game, or to go in this 3rd quarter, I should say. 36-14, Riverton on top. Lander working with 2nd and 8.
Hollingshed gets the ball, rolls out to his right side. Out, it's tipped and almost intercepted.
Man, you know, Braden Johnson-Baker was wide open about 3 yards in front of that catch, and that was to Caden Rowan. And Caden Rowan had it in his hands, just got hit right as he did it, so that'll stop the clock again.
So we now have 3rd down, 8 yards to go from the Riverton 29-yard line. Moffitt comes out of the game now, and Jubber comes in for the Tigers. Up to the line of scrimmage. Hollingshed is in the gun.
There's a baby looking right at you, Ernie.
Oh, one man in the back. Yeah, I saw the little baby there. Here's the rollout pass, and it's caught by Smith Velarde down to the 25-yard line. It'll be not enough for the first down, and it'll be 4th down for Lander.
4th and 3, give or take, maybe a long 3. And I think that they are going to have to go for it on all 4th downs from here on out. So they take out Bryce Mason, they bring in Bodie Moffitt, a much taller wide receiver. And we're going to have to see if they decide to pass it, or maybe, just maybe, Paxton Hollingshead goes on a bootleg and just runs it up the middle. He's had a lot of open field in front of him when he's decided to take some of these passes on the bootleg.
Big play for Lander. 1-2 twins off to the right side. Hollingshead keeps it. He dives for the first down, but he is going to be short by a yard.
He ran into his own guy, and that's exactly where he's going to get stopped. And so with 3:41 to go in this 3rd quarter, it's going to be Riverton ball. We'll be back on 93.1 KFCW.
B&M Septic and Excavation offers prompt professional service. Call them today for a quote at 850-2200. They serve far and wide across Fremont County and deep. B&M Septic and Excavation is proud to support Fremont County sports.
Welcome back. It is Lander now on defense with 3:41 to go. Riverton could really start to put this game away as they roll to the left, throw the ball in between 2 defenders. Nick McIntosh has it, and that's going to be one heck of a way to start off the drive. First down.
Yeah, 12-yard gain for the Riverton Wolverines as they go from the 23-yard line all the way up to the 35. So a big pass play that time, and the Wolverines, let's see, that was a 12-yard pass play.
It's just difficult to defend that when you have your guys in the right position, and McIntosh just finds the hole out on the left side of the field. If you're able to just get in between the defenders, that's exactly what he did. And Lander, they are struggling right now to try and defend Nick McIntosh.
3:13 to go in the third period. It's 36-14 Riverton. There's
pitch.
the handoff back of Sheets. Sheets has got some running room. He's all alone. He could score. 20, 10, touchdown. He takes it to the house.
And that fake pitch to, I believe it was McIntosh, allowed a big hole in the middle to open for Ty Sheets. And when Ty Sheets is able to turn on the booster jets, no one in the city of Lander or the state of Wyoming is probably going to be able to catch him.
65-yard right. Do we have a flag?
Oh my goodness, if this is a flag, that would take away 2 touchdowns for Ty Sheets.
All the players are moving. I don't see a flag. Oh, there's a flag back at the 32-yard line.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see what this is. Well, Jim Burton is getting the explanation. Are they waving the flag off?
I believe it was either a wave flag or it was against Lander anyway. Burton, either way, not happy about it.
Personal foul against Riverton.
Dead ball, personal foul penalty against
Oh, it was on the dead ball.
Oh, a dead ball foul. Okay.
I thought I saw that flag fly before he ever crossed the end zone.
Well, it's a touchdown for Riverton, 42-14 for Riverton. Third, that was a 65-yard run by Sheets. And Saltzgaver in now for the point after touchdown. We're at the 2:52 mark. Well, Lander was in this one early, Shawn.
Yeah, and you know,
That fumble back at the
exactly
30,
what I was
as you
gonna
said.
say. The fumble is the biggest key difference in this game, and it will most likely decide this game, as that is up and good to make it 43-14. And Lander just rolling with it now. Or I'm sorry, Riverton rolling with it now. And Riverton looks like they're going to snap this 5-game winning streak from Lander in this rivalry.
Well, it went 3 plays, and it went 63 yards, or a 73-yard drive in 3 plays, and Ty Sheets with that 65-yard scamper. Back after this.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Your tax pros at 672 West Main Street in Lander, Wyoming can handle all your tax needs. Whatever your situation, we know what to do. Call 307-856-2256 today to schedule an appointment. H&R Block is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Welcome back. Well, Lander has to get back in this one way or another. I think, Ernie, from here on out, no punts. Unless it's 4th and 5 or longer, you have to go for it from here on out.
And they're marking off that 15-yard personal foul penalty, so Riverton's going to kick off from the 25-yard line.
Instead of the 35.
Instead of the 30.
Instead of the 40.
Instead of the 40. So now Saltzgaver is going to tee it up. Deep back for the Tigers is McFadden at the 20-yard line. Now he moves up a little, another 5 yards up to the 25.
I wouldn't be surprised
if it's a squib again.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a squib again. I think that's the game plan from here on out for both teams.
There's the snap, and yep, there's the big bounce, and
it's still going to get to McFadden.
It goes to McFadden at the 23-yard line. He cuts to the right-hand side and is caught right there, and down he goes.
Boy, gang tackled by about 6 different white jerseys. That's never a fun way to go down.
Well, I tell you, the Tigers have shown us a complete half.
Yeah.
But not a complete game yet.
And you know, this is very reminiscent of the Green River game where they had a great first half and they couldn't get anything going in the second half. Right now, their first half stats are going to outnumber their second half stats by a mile. But that's just, I think Riverton was still learning how to play them, and now Riverton has kind of learned the ins and outs of this Tiger offense, and they're able to hone in on some of the plays and some of the good players that they have.
Paxton Hollingshed is the quarterback. He's in the gun. He's got 1 man in the slot, 2 men cut out wide to the left side. He rolls to his right, and the whistle blows. And we have a false start on Lander. So that now is, let's see, what did I say that was? It was 25-30. That's 40 yards in penalties against the Tigers. Still not that bad, but it always comes at bad times.
It does, and that's what I mentioned with Cody. I said those first 4 weeks of the season, it was penalties galore, and then finally they were able to put together a penalty-free type of game. They still had penalties in Buffalo, don't get me wrong, but they were able to be to get Buffalo to get over 115 yards worth of penalty yards. And if they could have done that with Riverton, this game might look a little differently. But right now, Lander needs to stop getting the flags on them and maybe force some flags on Riverton.
Hollingshed comes out of a huddle with Coach Jim Burton. Back up to the line of scrimmage. Hash mark on the far side of the field. He's in the gun. Man in motion. He fakes it. There's the pitch. It's dropped. And Riverton almost, no, Lander gets it. Boy, that was a close one because Riverton had their hands on the football first and then jumping on it right away. See, who was that for the Tigers?
Well, Parker Burton jumped on it.
Yeah.
But they had 2 different times that Riverton looked like they had it, and it just slipped out of their hands. They also are lucky they didn't get another false start. Joel Jubber actually moved before the ball was snapped.
It's all the way back to the 24-yard line. That's a loss of 9 on the play.
2nd and 21. You don't want to be here.
No. 2:17 to go. In the gun on the near side. Hollingshed takes 3 steps back, fires, intercepted. Sheets has it. He's going to score for the Riverton.
No, he's not.
He's tripped up at the 3-yard line.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it, Ernie. There is some laundry on the field, though. Let's see what this is about.
If this is against Lander, it's going to be Riverton's ball, but
at the 1-yard line, no less.
Yeah, if it's against Riverton, Lander will certainly accept it and take the penalty. Let's see.
I have a feeling it's another false start.
That ball was thrown right to Sheets.
Yeah, the player he was looking for, I believe.
Ball against the Tigers declined.
Yep, it's going to be Riverton ball at the 1. Good job by Hollingshed to at least get the tackle at the 1-yard line and not just give up the touchdown. But Hollingshed was looking for a curl route on the left side of the field. Instead, his receiver ran about 3 yards extra before he curled, and where he was supposed to curl was right where Ty Sheets was. There was no one else there.
Well, they're not placing it at the 1. They're placing it at the 4. That's really weird.
He must have gotten a foot out of bounds right around there.
Must have. So 1st and goal at the 4 for the Wolverines. They're ready to put the nail in the coffin here with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd period to avenge 5 years of losses against the Tigers. There's DeVries. Handoff goes straight up the middle, but carrying at that time was Talon Tolman. Tolman made the call, and he lost his momentum. No gain on the play.
Tolman is a great defensive player. He is one of the 3 players to watch in this program made by Ranger Printers. He had 31 total tackles. That leads the team. He had 3 tackles for loss. He had 7.8 tackles per game. You don't hear his name very often on offense, but he is definitely getting his fair share right now.
Okay, the Wolverines in the huddle. That little baby is so cute. Right in front of us, and we're playing
hide and go seek here.
Hide and go seek, yeah.
Well, if you're on the Lander sideline, this is more fun than watching the game.
Okay, here we go.
2 receivers left.
2nd and goal. DeVries rolls out to his left, throws too short, bounces into the end zone, incomplete pass.
Like I said earlier, DeVries prefers to throw on the run, but you can tell there's a difference in his throwing style when he runs to the left compared to when he runs to the right.
You know, I had an opportunity to have a small chat with DeVries this summer. He was working for a painting contractor, Shawn.
Oh yeah, he worked in our
and he worked
radio.
in our office, yeah.
I just noticed this is totally free behind us. We could have sat in this press box.
Oh. No one up there?
I like to sit in the bleachers with you, Ernie.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not bad unless it's raining like it was last week in Buffalo.
You definitely get a good vibe no matter what the score is out here in Lander.
Yeah, you get a feeling of the audience.
Yeah.
3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Let's see what we have. Tolman remains in there. Sheets is also in there. We have 2 receivers out on the left, 1 on the right. And back to pass. DeVries looks to his right, throws in the end zone. Touchdown.
Oh, my goodness. I thought I had that on camera. I apologize. Number 17 made a sliding catch. Jackson Larson. That was one of the most impressive catches I've seen in a long time. He had a Lander defender draped over his back. Could have very easily been pass interference on Lander, but instead he slides and makes that grab right around the S of Tigers.
Well, that is 49-14 now. And the Tigers look at the PAT. Saltzgaver up and good. And it's 50-14. Riverton on this big game. They're ending their 5-year losing drought against Lander here on Lander's homecoming. Back up.
This broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science.
You're getting a live look here at Symphony.
At the baby.
She was playing some high as the kickoff is up.
And McFadden grabs it at the goal line, moves to the right-hand side, breaks one tackle, but not the next one, up to the 20, and down he goes. McFadden at the 20-yard line. They're going to give him the 21. So that's where Lander will start in their own territory at the 21-yard line.
Well, in 55 seconds to go, Ernie, there's just, in the third quarter, I should say, there's just not a lot that Lander is excited for right now. But if they can at least get another score on the field, on the scoreboard, you just got to look at silver linings.
Absolutely,
all season long with your first. In your first year with a head coach.
Well, you have to keep running the offense at this point, and it looks like they're all bunched up inside the block. One man in the backfield. The handoff goes to Larvey, and he's smothered. Is that Larvey? I'm sorry. I thought it was 24. It's kind of dark over there.
Right. This is right where that light was.
And I don't know who that carrier was.
Typically,
handoff up the middle. Loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring it.
No, the PA announcer doesn't know either.
I would imagine it was Larvey or it wasn't Larvey because Larvey's right here on the sideline.
Yeah, Larvey's right there. There's a loss of 2 on the play. We'll give that one a team loss. So it goes to the 19-yard line, and we're down to 20 seconds to go here in the third period. Receivers split out wide on each side. One man in the slot, one man in the backfield. Hollingshed gets the pass, or gets the snap, and he
tried
is
to run up
smothered.
the middle. And that is a tough tackle. That's going to be a flag. That is excessive force right there. He looked like a WWE player there. He just picked him up and slammed him on the ground. That should be a 15 yards and maybe a first down for Lander.
Yeah, that could be. They had 2nd and 12. And let's see what the call is.
Well, and with 6 seconds left, I don't know if that runs it out here.
Yeah, they're going to walk it off against the Wolverines. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Personal foul, roughing the passer is the call, so Riverton gets a penalty.
Personally, I don't think that's the right call name for it because he wasn't passing. He picked the ball and put it into his stomach there, and he started running. So if anything, it was just hitting a defenseless player or excessive force. Or you could do hitting a defenseless player. There's a couple different, but roughing the passer, at least it gives Lander a first down.
Well, the Tigers need any kind of little break they can get here. Let's see how the offense can handle it here at the end.
It's not going to matter.
They're not going to get there. That's the end of the third period of play. And after 3, the Riverton Wolverines 50, Lander 14.
Riverton Blowdorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blowdorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blowdorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blowdorn Lumber.
$3.81 Subs and Salads is the newest addition to Fremont County. They offer salads, sandwiches, ice cream, and Lotus drinks. 381 Subs and Salads is located at 702 East Main Street in Riverton.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Well, Ernie, it is the fourth quarter, and when this game was 15-14, I think everyone in this stadium, no matter what kind of fan you were, they felt the tension. You could cut it with a knife here, and boy, Riverton has just blown it open with 35 unanswered points.
Lander has it now, 1st and 10. Back, there's a pass on the near side, caught by the Tigers across the 40, down to about the 42-yard line, about a 7 or 8 yard gain there.
I think that was a pitch backwards. I don't know if that'll be considered a pass in the stat book.
That was a pass to Baker. It's going to be an 8-yard. We're going to call it a pass. How about that? Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. That was pretty horizontal.
Yeah. They need the stats.
Yeah, right?
Okay, Tigers come up 2nd down, 2 yards to go. Hash mark on the near side, everyone in tight. We're in the 4th quarter, 1 man in motion. Back to pass, Hollingshed passes, and it's caught for the 1st down at the 47-yard line, maybe the 48. And it
looks like that's Bodie Moffett.
Yeah, it goes
again.
to Bodie Moffett.
Moffett has made a couple strong catches today.
So it goes up to the 47-yard line, and that's going to be the 1st down for the Tigers. They're 2nd on this drive, and Moffett gets the catch, and it goes 9 yards. Okay, so Lander has it 1st and 10, 2 yards away from midfield.
And the time is not their friend, but I don't know if they really expect to get 35 points in under 11 minutes.
That's right.
Either way, like we said, get some points on the board, you'll be happy. Bad handoff, and that's a fumble. And that's Riverton's ball. Boy, the snap was a little high, and Hollingshead had to corral it in and hand it off all at the same time.
The officials are checking it over. We haven't gotten a signal whether it's going to be 2nd down or Riverton's ball.
Hollingshead looks mad. I would imagine it's
officials. It's Riverton's ball. Another turnover for the Tigers on the fumbled snap.
And while that could be caused, that could be blamed on a couple different people there. The snap was a little high. If you weren't confident with your handoff, if you're Hollingshead, you got to at least try and think about something else. Maybe take a step back. Maybe try and run the ball yourself. If you're not confident with that handoff, and Ernie, it's still Lander's ball. I don't know where you saw Riverton, but...
Well, okay, well, that's good. Here comes Hollingshed, rolls to his left.
What a
catch! And that's a great catch, and it was Baker. No, it wasn't Baker. It was Bryce Mason who made the catch.
Against his old team. That was a jumping, diving catch. He got up at the high point perfectly right there.
That was a great one. Well, I don't know why because I saw the official.
I saw the hand movement as well.
Absolutely do that, but I'm glad the Tigers have it back. That was a nice 16-yard gain.
Now they're back in their tight formation.
Rolling to his left, there's a pass caught. 1st down inside the well, was that
Brady Johnson Baker?
Brady Johnson Baker, his 1st catch.
Another 12-yard gain there.
Yeah, that was a good one. They went on the far side of the field, which is the darkest side, and that's 12 yards. And now Hollingshead has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He is 10 of 13 from the in the passing department. That's a pretty good percentage.
It is. Braden Johnson Baker has to come off the field as his shin guard fell off. Now they're back in that same formation. They fake the pitch. Now he's got to run around. a little bit too far over on this side for
Baker.
For Braden Baker, yeah.
Braden Baker, yeah. It looked like that play wasn't supposed to go in that direction.
I think
that might have been a busted play. I don't know.
He definitely felt the pressure in the backfield early, and I think he did want to get rid of it a little early. So 9:12 to go in this final quarter, 2nd and 10 on the Riverton 28. Riverton up 50-14, but like we said, Lander just wants to get some silver linings. They want to get more than 14 points. If they score even another field goal or a safety, they'll have the most points that they've had all season long.
Velarde Smith in motion. Keeper by Hollingshed. He goes straight up. He's going to get a few yards, not many. And they pull him down at the 28-yard line. That'll be a no gain.
Zarek Prosser got in that backfield, and he just grabbed Hollingshead by the jersey, and there was nothing Hollingshead could do at all. He was being forced to the ground.
No gain on the play. Clock moving, 8:50 to go in the game, 50-14. Riverton has snapped their 5-game losing streak to Lander Valley.
Well, don't say it just yet, Ernie. It's too much time. You're giving too much confidence here to Riverton fans. You never know. Although I will say it is out of the realm of possibility almost. They just got to keep going, get some turnovers. Crazier things have happened.
Hollingshed rolls to his right side. Long pass is caught at the 15-yard line. The 5-yard line is still on his feet down to the 4.
Did he get it? I think he got it up to the 33-yard line.
And that was Cody Moffitt on the reception. So that goes all the way down to the 5-yard line. They're going to mark him at a 5. That's a 23-yard pass play. And for Moffitt, that is his 3rd catch of the game. His thumb isn't bothering him too much now, is it?
Definitely not. You know, where he may have struggled as a quarterback earlier this season, he's really making up for it here as a wide receiver tonight and last week.
Hollingshed in the gun at the 5-yard line. Now he goes under center, and they push him straight ahead toward the goal line, and they are short of the goal line by a yard.
Now that's a tush push right
there. That's
there.
a tush push. 4 yards on the gain by Hollingshed, and he now has 3 carries, 9 yards, and it's down to the 1-yard line. Well, that's an interesting form. I've never seen it start that way before.
Well, they had the 2 running backs on each side, one on both sides, and they both moved in at the very end to make it look like a victory formation almost. Right. And as soon as they hiked that ball under center, they just put their hands underneath Hollingshead and just pushed him into the pile. See if they do the same thing here, kind of a similar formation.
Under center, there's the pitch on the near side. Smith Velarde, touchdown, and his helmet comes off. Smith Velarde gets the touchdown, and the tackle knocked his helmet off, but it's a score for Lander.
We love a Hunter Smith Velarde touchdown. He's been working so hard as a senior on this team to try and make his presence known all year long. He's a great wide receiver. He really is. He's got good hands. He plays baseball, so he knows how to work on the fly. He was just able to get in the end zone for the first time this year. We're happy when we get to call a Hunter Smith Velarde touchdown.
There's the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. And the score, Riverton 50, Lander 21.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
WyoGlass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. WyoGlass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. WyoGlass is Lander.
7:04 to go. Lander has scored to close the gap, 50-21. Well, would you think Lander might try an offside or something like that to try to practice play at least?
An onside kick is it's actually a big topic of conversation after the past couple weeks in the NFL. there's a motion every year to get rid of the onside kick, or at least give the option to maybe convert a 4th and 15. And if you were to get that, you get the ball back. Because an onside kick, the statistics are so anti-kicking team that it's almost not worth it. We'll see what they do here.
Connor Jackson squibs it all the way down to the 26-yard line, and it's picked up right there by Riverton. On the ball was Rylan Kelly.
No, that was Hunter Saltzgaber. They ended up picking it up. Yeah.
Well, a 9 and a 5 sure look alike. I apologize. So Riverton gets the ball with 6:56 to go at the 30-yard line, and they are leading now 50-21. Tigers on defense. I think we have a new quarterback coming in for Riverton.
It's most likely Blake Gantenbein. He is their backup.
Let's see. I saw a player coming. Nope, here comes DeVries back into the huddle, number 1.
I would imagine DeVries in his senior year wants to beat this team as much as anyone on the Riverton Wolverines squad, so I would expect him to want to stay in the game.
He's lost to them 3 years in a row, and this would be senior redemption. There's the handoff. Goes to the second man through, and down he goes.
What
no
a
gain
tackle.
on the play.
What a tackle by Tristan Osborne. Oh, my gosh.
That was a great tackle.
He was able to get in the backfield, put one hand on Blake Gantenbein, on Hunter Saltzgaber, and just dragged him to the ground. And a nice little twist move there.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10 yards to go. Clock moving at 6.5 minutes in the game. Well, the biggest offensive output of the game of the season for Lander. They've scored 21 points. I'm sure they'd like to get some more. That's more than their
entire season combined.
That's right. That's true. Previous high was 14 against Green River. Here's the handoff. Oh, and that was Saltzgaber again.
But again, Osborne gets in the back. He might be their best defensive player today and all season long. He is definitely working towards a Papa Murphy's Player of the Game coupon.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. Football line of scrimmage is now the 27-yard line. 5:43 left in the contest.
I love how every team, no matter what they are, have a go big color.
Go big something, yeah.
Coming from Kansas, there's a little bit of difference in everybody's chants, but out here in Wyoming, everybody does the Nebraska chant with whatever color their team is.
That's right, and Riverton's just happens to be the same as Nebraska's. Go big red. Here's the handoff. Saltzgaber met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss on the play. Let's see where they mark his forward progress.
That was definitely a loss on the play there. He lost 2 yards.
Yeah, they lost 2 yards on the play.
Now, if you're Lander, do you use one of your timeouts and stop the clock? They're letting time just roll off. I know that this game seems out of reach, but if you're a coach, you have to have optimism. You have to use your timeouts sparingly, but you just made a huge stop, 3 plays in a row. Now with under 5 minutes, they just wasted 35 seconds before punting this ball.
There's the punt. It's going to go down to Burton, Parker Burton at the 43-yard line. It'll be Lander 1st and 10. And you're absolutely right, Shawn.
They
could have stopped the clock.
They could have stopped the clock with 5:15 to go. Instead, there's 4:39 to go in this game. Not saying that Lander is going to be able to put up 29 points in less than 5 minutes, but if you're the coach, you always work towards the big end goal, which is winning the game. And right there, you could have used a timeout and really gave yourself some time.
There's a few folks who have left the stadium, but the enthusiasm is still pretty high here at Lander Valley High School.
Especially in the student section here.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Hollingshed in the gun, gets the snap, quick pitch out, caught at the 50-yard line, down to the 45, it's
What
Burton.
a stiff arm.
Burton down to the 45, down to the 30, down
Braden
to the
Johnson
25.
Baker.
Is that Johnson Baker?
Braden Johnson
Oh,
Baker.
yeah, it is number 1, I'm sorry.
He put his foot in the ground, and he pushed Talon Toman, one of their best defenders. He just shoved him to the ground and kept moving for about an extra 16 yards. That is perfect play right there.
26-yard pass play as the Tigers are getting it done through the air. And that was number 1. I thought it was 10, but it was 1.
Braden Johnson Baker, much bigger than Parker Burton, and he showed it right there.
Rolling to his left. There's a pass caught, and it should be a first down for the Tigers on the far side. That was Smith Velarde with the catch.
Smith Velarde is really making his presence known tonight. Like we said, he's a senior on this team. He wanted to play more last year. He wanted to get more experience, but that team last year was so well in tune with each other. He just couldn't make a break or make a dent in the varsity team. And this year, he's really tried to make a dent as a wide receiver and as a cornerback. Remember the very first game against Cody, he had an interception on the very first drive.
That's right.
And, you know, ever since then, he's been kind of quiet. And tonight, he is not quiet at all. 3:32 to go in this game. 2nd and 10 on the 27-yard line of Riverton. Lander lines up with 2 receivers to the right, 1 on the left. They're on that far hash over there.
Hollingshead gets the pitch. There's the pass. It's caught on the near side. That's Bryce Mason with the catch.
I think did he? No, he got it. It looked like he fumbled it and caught it, and it was the ground that forced it, but instead he gets it up to the 15-yard line. That's a first down.
That's the 3rd catch of the game by Bryce Mason. Comes with 3:11 to go. Tigers are now down at the 16-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Lander looking for another score here.
You know, the people that aren't watching this game, the people that aren't here, they're going to see this score and they're going to think maybe Riverton blew them out or maybe there was some garbage time TD, but this game was close early. Riverton has gotten away with the lead here, and Lander just trying to make it look a little better here on the scoreboard. False start on Lander on their left tackle there.
Flag on the play.
Hollingshead is 14 of 17 in the air.
Against the Tigers.
And a false start penalty will move them back 5 yards.
First down and 15.
That's their 6th penalty of the game, and it puts them back now to the 21-yard line in Riverton territory on the penalty.
And that's really the first downside of this entire drive, even the last 2 drives for Lander.
So the Tigers are huddling, looking for another score here late in the game against their arch rivals. Tigers come up to the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers split out wide on each side. Now we've got 2 receivers on the left. Hollingshead under pressure, throws it downfield.
That was a bad decision. At that point, you throw it away or you take the sack. You do not just toss it in the air like a wounded duck.
Boy, that was a big mistake. Coming up with the interception for Riverton, Tristan Guthrie, number 51, an INT. Yeah, he should have just...
he should have taken the sack or thrown it away.
But he didn't.
He did not, and that's where inexperience kind of comes into play. If you're a quarterback that's played some years, you know what to do in that situation. You're being chased by 3 or 4 guys. You don't ever let that happen like that.
Well, we've got a timeout on the field. Let's keep it right here, Shawn. 2:18 to go, and Riverton can just run out the clock here, I think, if they get another first down.
Well, even if Lander were to call 3 timeouts on 3 stops, they would probably get the ball back with maybe just under 2 minutes. But right now, Lander fans are starting to leave. I understand, but there's a good amount that has stayed this long, and they're going to cheer them on until the very end.
Well, I tell you, they deserve it. This is the best offensive performance that Lander's had all season long. They put up 21 points. Unfortunately, turnovers again tonight, plaguing the Tigers.
And penalties. I mean, penalties on both sides have really not helped, but Lander, for the most part, has been pretty good penalty-wise the last 2 weeks, and tonight, just bad timing on a lot of the penalties. If they had not gotten that false start, maybe they don't get that interception.
That's right.
Big maybes. We got Coach Nate Reinhardt in the stands here, Wyoming Indian head coach, as well as a baseball dad who is part of the Little League team that made it all the way to state.
Okay, here comes the Wolverines out. Let's see who is at quarterback.
I think
is it number 10?
It is.
Okay, Stolo Garcia.
No, that can't be him.
It's 18. It's Gattenbein. I apologize.
Like I said, he is their backup QB, the sophomore Blake Gattenbein. And that's going to start the clock running, and I don't think it's going to stop until the final horn here.
Loss is back to the 20-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play, or 2. 2-yard loss. It's at the 20. So they started at the 22. That 8 and a 0 look really close together when we're this far away without the glasses. Okay, Gettenbein back under center, trips to the left side, one man in the backfield, hands it off, nothing doing as the play is stopped dead in its track. Might be another loss. And it's back to the 19-yard line.
Carry again, stop for no gain.
No gain on the play, they're going to rule. It's at the 20-yard line, clock moving with $1:20 to go. Well, I think Coach Jim Burton, Shawn, is going to have a lot of positives to look back on from this game.
Definitely, and there are still some winnable games on this this schedule that we have. We're at Rollins next week. Rollins notably lost to Riverton 42-14 last week. And if Lander can keep up with Riverton like they did in the first half, if they can put together anything like that next week at Rollins, we could finally see our first win under Coach Burton.
Well, number 14 carried at that time, Talon Prestwich for the Wolverines. Under a minute to go now. He got 1 yard on the play. And the Tigers sending in their punt return team, expecting Riverton to punt at 4th and 11. Riverton, I don't think is going to punt. They're going to let the clock go down as far as it can and then call timeout. They've got 2 timeouts left. And the official in the backfield hasn't started his 5-second count yet. There he goes. 5 seconds to go, and Riverton will take the penalty or take the timeout. Nope, that's the timeout on the sideline. So Riverton takes the timeout with 5 seconds to go, and Riverton leading 50-21.
Midday pick-me-up? Lander Coffee Company serves delicious, fresh roasted coffee, tea, and other drinks. Come to think of it, why not start your day with their quick, healthy breakfasts? Like one of their famous acai bowls, or maybe a breakfast burrito. Just need a quick snack? They got you. Stop by, fuel up, and enjoy at 1255 Main Street in Lander at the Lander Coffee Company.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Midway Avenue, Riverton.
We're back here, 5 seconds to go. Coach Nate Reinhardt and I joking about Taylor Swift. He's a Steelers fan. I know he doesn't want Taylor Swift on his team. And that should do it right there. It would be good
for the attendance. Well, Riverton tries a fake punt. It goes up to the 25-yard line. That's the game. Our final score, the Riverton Wolverines 50, the Lander Tigers 21. And we'll be back with postgame.
Let's keep it here. I just I want to go through the positives here, because we're going to get Coach.
Right.
Yes, I don't know if I told you we're going to get both coaches up here tonight. We like Coach Linhart. Even though we are Lander faithful, we're Lander's broadcast team, we do interview Mark Linhart all the time, especially before games. And, we like to see Riverton win, just sometimes not against Lander, But today, boy, Ernie, the passing game was on fire for Lander, and that is exactly what we were hoping to see. I wonder if when Bodie Moffitt becomes healthy, if he even is able to get the starting QB job back.
Well, let me just do a little mathematics here and get caught up with
we'll let you do your math
yards.
As I kind of show the Riverton celebration here. They were able to celebrate 6 years ago, and that would have been that would have been at Lander. So the last 2 times they've won have both been in Lander. Riverton able to get the win here. That now brings the series to Riverton leading 64-56-7. And that means that Lander has to rattle off 8 more wins to tie this game, or to tie this rivalry up. And the keeper of the gold trophy is being handed out to Riverton right now.
Yeah, look at that celebration over there. They've finally broken the Lander streak of 5 games And the team is very, very jubilant. I think their fans are even coming out there. We got a couple of kids jumping over the fence there to come out to celebrate with the Wolverines. Well, good job, Riverton. You know, we do the games for Lander, but we root for the kids in every game.
Oh, always. And you know, if you're from Fremont County, we root for you. That's all that matters. And if it doesn't seem like we do, we're not doing our job. You know, as broadcasters for Lander, we always hope for the best, and we always hope that they can win the games. This game seemed so in reach for so long in that first half. When Lander started to break it open, you could just feel the entire stadium at Bill Busch just deflate, play after play. Still, great game by Lander. Couldn't have asked for better offense here, 21 points. The 3 turnovers were killers, Ernie.
Yeah, they certainly were. They had... Well, you know, when you give the ball away deep in your own territory, you just give the momentum to the other team. And Lander was in striking zone. They were only, 8 points behind at that time. And Riverton took the turnover, put points on the board, and that was pretty much the end of that.
So Braden Baker, he was one of the players to watch. He really showed up. He really made sure that his presence was known. And, I mean, there was a couple different players here on Lander's team that deserve a lot of props. And we'll talk to Coach Jim Burton after a short word from our sponsors. We're going to pay some bills. If we don't get Coach Burton up here first, I think we are going to be able to get Coach Linhart.
Open spaces to the canyon near you. Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Overhead Door Company of Riverton and Lander is your premier dealer for quality windows and doors, featuring quality brands like Anderson, Colby, Larson Storm Doors, and more. Overhead Door Company is proud to support our Fremont County student athletes.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Let's go, all Fremont County athletes. I, Matt Gordon from Fremont Chevy, would like to wish all teams this year good luck and bring back some championships to this county. If you need a new ride to get to and from those away games, stop down at 1401 North Federal Boulevard or call 307-851-3797 and let me help you get to the games. Your sales professional, Matt Gordon.
The Stock Dock is proud to serve all of Fremont County and surrounding areas. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of veterinarian medicine along with friendly and compassionate service. They service all pets of shapes and sizes between dogs and cows and cats and horses. They treat your animal like it's their own. The Stock Dock.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Wyoming Waste hopes that all Fremont County sports teams dismiss their opponents like Wyoming Waste dismisses your trash. They offer services from roll-off cans, commercial, and residential garbage. Wyoming Waste services Fremont County, Hot Springs County, Washakie County. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please call 307-856-5354 or stop down at the Riverton office, 730 South Broadway. Wyoming Waste wants to wish everyone in Fremont County good luck in their sports this year.
Enjoy fresh-made pizza, pasta, calzones, and subs at Peretz, 519 West Main in Riverton. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday. Closed on weekends. Call 857-7306 to order for pickup or delivery with DoorDash. Peretz.
Midway is at an all-out clear-out for the new 2022 campers with the best price guarantee. Midway has financing with no money down, no payments for the rest of the year. Low interest rates on sweet fifth wheel. Dealer incentives up to $25,000 on toy haulers. Top dollar on trade-ins and door-to-door delivery. It's Midway's all-out clear-out. MidwayCampers.com. Midway, when you expect the best.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a Crow Cadillac, coupe to Bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Ernie over and Shawn O'Brate back with you at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium in Lander, where the Riverton Wolverines have cracked that 5-game losing streak against Lander with a 50-21 victory. And Shawn O'Brate, we were just chatting about, turnovers are always not good, but boy, Lander had some critical ones tonight when they were in distance within scoring range of Riverton.
Yeah, there was a couple different times. The first fumble when it was 22-14, that was just a gut punch. And then for Riverton to go up 29-14 before halftime, that was the ultimate worst thing that could have happened for Lander. Because not only did they give that momentum to Riverton, but then Riverton, they converted and they scored. And that was, that's just the worst thing that can happen when you give up the ball. The other two turnovers definitely helped Riverton, but Riverton had already grown their lead by then, and those were just, poor timing. The interception was just a wounded duck in the air. He should have never been thrown in the first place. Was upsetting for sure, but we will now hand it off to Coach Burton. Tell me if you can hear through those, Coach. Can you hear me?
Can you hear that? Or is the
no? Here,
no?
Switch me.
All right, let's do that. There we go. Okay, with us is head Lander Valley football coach Jim Burton. And, Coach, a lot of positives going to come out of tonight's game.
Again, we're just making timely mistakes. We got an early fumble while we're driving the ball, and that really killed us early on. We get a good positive kick return. They quit kicking to a freshman, so that's always fun when you see that happen.
Yeah.
They still were making the most of the opportunities we had there, our return team, when we got it. And then we moved the ball. Turnovers down here in the red zone got us late, but again, they kind of know we got to try to pass the ball, got to move the clock a little bit. So hats off to them, and I got a little out coached, and won't happen again. So Mark, enjoy this one.
All right,
Coach. I had nothing but great things to say about Tristan Osborne. He got in the backfield a lot tonight. He is probably one of your most outstanding defensive players. What can you tell me about your defense? They go through him.
Well, and the big thing there is Tristan, he's also, the captain on the O-line as well. He is the guy, and the big reason he's there and making plays, he is coachable. He has put in the work, put in the time, and he listens. And I tell you what, if nothing else gets out there, the kids that listen, man, they're playing well.
Yeah, that's right.
Coachable.
Tell us about Paxton tonight. He had a great night. Unofficially, we had him 15 of 18 for 168 yards.
No, he's starting to get it. He's starting to see it. We missed a read on an option run play, and then he forces a few things. But other than that, he's figuring it out. I think that's the biggest thing, and he's just getting comfortable, right? Early on, he's throwing it so fast and so quick. Maybe we're not able to get a hold of it, but he's starting to settle in, I think. But again, late, I think he just forced it a little bit.
Yeah, he had 5 different receivers, so he spread the ball around.
Yeah, he's not locking in on one until it's the hitch down here in the corner. But
right.
But again, that's just youth. He's got to know, hey, that's covered up. What's my progression, right? Where am I going? And as soon as he gets a little more comfortable in that, sky's the limit.
Speaking of being comfortable, I think we both have been really proud of Bodie Moffitt. After that injury kind of forced him to be a wide receiver and a cornerback instead of a quarterback, he's really kind of grown in that role as a wide receiver. He was one of the best hands on both teams tonight.
Yeah, no, Bodie's got a lot of potential there. He has a nose for the ball, and that's what makes him a pretty good corner. He got tweaked a little bit on that one play, and so we just pulled him and had him go offense, and he just found holes.
Yeah, he had 3 catches, 56 yards. That's pretty good production.
No, he did awesome on that side of the ball for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
We were both pretty pleased with your defense in the first half. What happened in the second half? I mean, I know that they got out to a 29-14 lead right before halftime. It could have been 22-14, obviously the untimely fumble, but that second half, it just
got away from us, and then I think they wore us down. They were big and physical, and we didn't match it up front. And I think that's something we have to address as far as our pad level. We're playing a little high still, something we've got to key on. And again, that's just more football stuff, right? It's just the fundamental stuff that we're trying to fight through.
Okay. Well, Coach, you've got a road game next week. We're going to go down to Rollins. What are your thoughts on that game?
Again, it's a winnable opponent, but again, we've got to take care of what we do. I think that's got to be the focus. Is we've got to get better at tackling, at blocking. We just have to get better every day, and it starts tonight being smart. They got the homecoming dance. Not be smart, don't do anything dumb. Then tomorrow, watch film. Sunday, we're watching film. Monday, we're back at practice, and it's 1-0 every day, 1-0 every play. So we just have to keep going. Well,
I tell you, both Shawn and I have been talking up here about the marked progress that the team has been making since the first game.
Well, I appreciate that, and I wish we could get it to show a little more on the scoreboard, but again, they are growing, they're getting better. I think we just have to stay positive with them, and they need to know that we're getting better every day.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Head Coach Jim Burton, Lander Valley High School. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
All right, very
Have
good.
A good one, Coach. Hold on. We didn't choose a Papa Murphy's player of the game. I'll bring it to you on Monday.
Sweet.
Yeah, we'll do that then. And we've got Mark Lenhart coming up here.
Yes, we do. I didn't want them to have to cross paths here in a second, but I think they're going to.
But they're going to. I think we're going to have the second handshake of the day.
You don't get many second handshakes, but at least they're cordial about it. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's not
little
anything
pat
like
on
Deion
the back
Sanders
there
versus Dan Lanning or anything.
That's right. Well, I tell you what, it's a joyous night for the Wolverines. They certainly earned it here tonight over this young Lander team.
Coach Burton said you out-physicaled us. I didn't know that was a word, but that is. Here we go, Coach Lenhart. We don't get to talk to very many opposing coaches, considering not very many live in Fremont County.
Exactly.
I have the pleasure of living right next to Coach Lenhart, so I see the practice that he puts together in the front yard. Coach, first win over Lander in your first season. How's it feel? You broke a 5-year streak here that Lander's had.
Oh, it's great. It's great for our kids and great for our community. It's my first one of these, so I don't really realize. You don't realize how important it is until you actually do it. And when we showed up here, it just had a different feel to it. And, you walk out on the field, you're getting booed, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, It was enjoyable. But I'm proud of the way our kids executed. I thought that, in the first half, I don't know what it is with us in slow starts. I almost feel like our guys feel like we have to start down 7-0 no matter what. So hopefully we can find a way to get off to a better start. But I like the way that our guys responded, and I really like the physicality of our play up front tonight. I thought that we were you know, even though we gave up that touchdown right away, we did a heck of a job stringing together a drive. We pick up a 4th down. We were physical, you know, and I think that the evolution of our run game, you know, playing out in the West and that murderer's row of a schedule we played, I think made us battle hardened. We got out of it healthy, and I feel like we're tougher for it, and I think that we're running the football a little bit better, and we got to continue to improve, and we're going to have a tough ball game this next coming week against Douglas.
Yeah, I think you are too. But, you know, we've seen a lot of progress from Derek DeVries. I mentioned it a couple times in our pregame show, and then when I was over there with Cody during halftime. This is the same Derek DeVries as last year. You're just letting him rip it a little bit more, and he's gotten a lot more comfortable in the pocket, at least from what I've seen from this time last year to now. I mean, what can you say about the progression of him? He's a senior. He's looking like a senior with that experience.
I wish I had him for 4 years, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that he's done a heck of a job. Obviously, I mean, and his stats and numbers back it up. But I think part of that is you know, early on, just from the film I watched, we didn't run the football very well, and we had some protection issues. This O-line's a year older now. They're playing a little bit better, and I think that they've done a nice job protecting him, and he's felt a lot more comfortable in the pocket. And so hopefully we can keep this up and keep moving in the right direction. But, yeah, I mean, you can't say enough about Derek, but at the same time, it's a team game. Everybody's got to catch it. People got to protect it. And I thought we've done a really nice job doing all those things.
Well, Coach, it was interesting to see. We have unofficially Derek 18 carries for 80 yards. That's pretty darn good. And 18 of 23 in the passing department for 230 yards. He's been the top 2 passer in the state, and this certainly isn't going to hurt those stats.
No, I think. And us being able to run him right now, you know, we lost Jordan May, and so we're a little short at running back right now. And Blake Gadbein, who's our backup quarterback, kind of had to fill in, and he's still learning the ropes there. And we got 2 sophomores playing tailback, and that's tough to do at the varsity level. And so right now, Derek's probably our most experienced ball carrier, and so we're going to have to continue to ride him, and hopefully he can find a way to stay healthy. But knowing Derek, I think he throws it a little bit better when he gets hit, you know, and you know, and that's not uncommon for quarterbacks. You know, when they can get in the game a little bit, it makes a big difference.
He told me last year, before the season even started, when Coach Anderson was still here, that he prefers to throw it on the run. He watches guys like Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray, and he has that baseball experience kind of like those guys, so he looks more accurate when he throws on the run. Do you ever try and coach him out of that, or do you just let him throw how he wants to throw?
You let him play. We tried to run a call down here, a throwback down here on the goal line. It was a terrible call by me. It was not a good call, and he made, the touchdown to Jackson Larson. Great throw, great catch. That had nothing to do with anything. If anything, we put him in a bad position there, or I did. And so proud of him for that. But we were able to do some things tonight with some formations and manipulate their coverage a little bit to get some matchups we liked. And Ty Sheets had a big night.
Big night.
I'm proud for that kid. I mean, he had a loss in his family just last night, and people don't even know about it. For him to come out and play like he did was a heck of a game. So proud of him, and really just proud of all our seniors. And I'm sure glad we didn't play like we practiced on Wednesday, because it wasn't pretty.
Cody told me about that, yeah.
Yes.
McIntosh had a good night tonight.
Yeah, Nick's going to every week. I mean, he's just reliable hands and does a heck of a job, and super proud of him. And he's another kid who's a senior. And, you know, these kids have been through a lot. They haven't won a lot of football games, and now, we've won a couple in a row. And, you know, and even more that you could see it coming. We were much more competitive against those very good teams early on, and we're right in it with Evanston at the end. So I think we're coming along as a program. We're winning a lot of sub-varsity football games, so I think the future's bright for us. I think in a few years we'll be a team to be reckoned with.
Well, and I was just about to ask, now that the last 2 years they only won 1 game, and now you've won back-to-back games, including a huge game against your rival. What is this momentum going to feel like when you head into Douglas? You're going to be able to ride this? What's next week against Douglas going to look like?
Well, I hope that's a game that we can come out and be ready to roll. You know, Douglas is a team, when they play on their home field, they're tough.
They are.
And they got dudes. I mean, Fridays is kind of my day to get a little bit of a head start on our next opponent, and I watched their Moreland game, and, Archuleta's a stud, and their quarterback, Rin, is really good. They always have good receivers. They got a good scheme, and they're big up front. They're as big as we are, or maybe even bigger. So it's going to be a tough ball game, and we're going to have to play our absolute best to beat them. There's no doubt about it.
Our final game last season was in Douglas, and we watched Lander just get smoked by him. So we know what that home field presence feels like. Ernie?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a happy bus ride back to those 24 miles, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, no, and I'm happy for our kids. And I think that as a program right now, we've been through enough tough times here for a while that we need to sit back and enjoy some of the good things. And so I told the guys, enjoy it tonight, make good decisions, and then when we get back to work on Monday, it's all on to Douglas, as Bill Belichick would say.
That's right, all on to Douglas. Okay.
I'm good when you are, Coach. Good game. Congrats.
Thank
I'm
you,
really
guys.
happy for you, and we'll see you back home. Good luck in Douglas next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your coverage.
You bet. Thanks, Coach. You betcha. All right, Coach Mark Linhart of the Riverton Wolverines, head man of Riverton, and they're doing a tremendous job over there in Wolverine country, getting their program rebuilt after some bad years. You know, and that these things cycle, don't they, Shawn?
They do, and you know, we were kind of talking about that with Lander. You know, they had a couple really big years where they were in the quarterfinals and they were competitive and they had some home field advantages in the playoffs. And you just, you know, you kind of hold your breath and hope that those years continue. And, you know, we're kind of seeing, just to bring it totally away from 11-man football, we're kind of seeing that in Shoshone right now.
Right.
Shoshone's in a rebuild year, even if they don't want to admit it. And, you know, you hope that you never have to go through that. But when you're in it and you feel it, you know that there's better times on the horizon. And Lander right now should be looking at this. They are getting their act together one way or another every single week, whether it's lowering their penalties, lowering their turnovers, upping their offense, upping their passing game. They just need to put it all together, and I think they can win. I think they can win a string of games. They can definitely win against Rollins. That's where it needs to start. If they can get a complete game next week, they can feel like the Wolverines feel right now, and they can head into a couple-game winning streak.
Yeah, and Hollings had, you know, with his inexperience, he had one really bad throw that resulted in an interception tonight. But, you know, that's the lack of experience. You learn by having some of these things happen to you. And it was a great night for Hollingshead, his best performance of the year. Unofficially, I had him 15 of 18 for 168 yards. And let's look at some of the stats right now for the Lander Tigers. Brandon Baker had 3 carries, 68 yards. Of course, 64 yards on that one long touchdown scamper. That was a great one. Larvey ended up, Caleb Larvey, 4 carries for 11 yards. Hunter Velarde had just 1 carry for 1 yard. And Parker Burton got caught behind the line of scrimmage on his only carry, lost 9 yards. Hollingshead had 3 carries for 9 yards, and then the team had a 2-yard loss. But overall, the passing game really came through tonight. Bryce Mason had 3 catches for 29 yards. Hunter Smith Velarde had 4 catches for 33 yards. And a touchdown. Bodie Moffitt had 3 catches for 56 yards. And we had Johnson with 2 catches for 11 yards. Johnson Baker, 2 catches for 26 yards. And, of course, McFadden, boy, he had that kick return, 99 yards.
And that actually leads us perfectly into our Gatorade play of the game, and we're going to be able to give this one, it's pretty easy to decide.
As Saltzgaver is getting ready to kick it off to McFadden, deep at the goal line for Lander. Here's the kick. It's an end-over-ender, kind of wobbly. McFadden grabs it at the goal line. He goes off to the right side, gets one break, gets another break. He's got blockers. He's got blockers all the way. He breaks loose. He's at the 20, the 15, the 12, the 10. Touchdown, Tigers!
Boy, that was to make it 14-15, and Ernie, it never felt closer than it did there, because they had just Riverton had just scored. They did that kickoff, and now you put their offense back on the field, tired. They were depleted a little bit. You were really, as a Lander fan, you were thinking, this is where we turn it around. We get the lead back if we can get their offense. And instead, they got it up to 22-14, and then, of course, the turnover made it 29-14.
Well, the special teams play has greatly improved since the first game of the year. I mean, on that touchdown run, he had blockers all the way down the field, and that really made a big difference.
He did, yeah. And let's get into our Papa Murphy's player of the game. As you look at the stats there, Ernie, who really stands out?
Well, I tell you, on defense, as you mentioned earlier, the Tigers were in the backfield all the time. Tristan Osborne.
He definitely made his presence felt.
Yeah, and on offense, I think Hollingshead, 15 of 18 passing for 168 yards. That's tremendous.
I mean, that's probably the best game, knock on wood, hopefully not. That's probably the best game that Lander's going to have from a passing standpoint all season long, just because they are not a typically pass-happy team.
So Tristan Osborne and Hollingshead, Paxton Hollingshead had the two best games, one on offense, one on defense.
I think that's a good choice, and we'll give a Papa Murphy's coupon to both of them, considering I think we meant to give one to someone last week, and we didn't get a chance to since they headed right to the bus. So I have to come out to practice on Monday, and we'll talk to Coach then. Maybe we can get a little bit of a preview as to what they're going to be doing as they bring
we've got on. The Lander Strikers big soccer invitational coming up tomorrow
and Sunday.
There are 301 teams, about 3,000 people coming into Lander. So
21 fields across Lander. I think we have 1 through 12 are here at Lander Valley. I think 13 through 16 are at Poposia Park.
Right.
And then I believe the other ones, I just wrote them down. I can't remember where, but there's another couple in Lander. I think it's at the middle school. So it's going to be a fun time. If you're anywhere near Lander Valley tomorrow, even if you're not a fan of soccer, there's going to be a lot of soccer happening to keep your eyes on. If you're not going to the Wyoming game like Ernie here, there's plenty of sporting events to go to tomorrow, including some volleyball games.
Yeah.
You can check out a full list of every single sporting event in Fremont County for the month of October on WyoToday.com. Go to the sports tab. You can check out the volleyball games this weekend. There's a big Thermopolis Bobcat invite that started today, finishes tomorrow with volleyball out in Thermopolis. Of course, the Lander Strikers here, and then we have other volleyball matches tomorrow as well.
Well, don't forget the Lander Apple Festival at the Pioneer Museum at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and then they've got the Literary Arts Festival.
Bookmarked.
The Bookmarked Festival in, I think, 3 different locations in Lander tomorrow.
And also the grand opening of the pickleball courts right here next to us at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'll be on the road to Laramie tomorrow. The Cowboys homecoming game against the University of New Mexico Lobos.
Conference game, finally.
Yeah, 2-2 the Lobos are, and the Cowboys are 3-1. I watched that game last week, and there were about 3 times I came within 2 seconds of turning the game off. And the Cowboys pulled it out. And they've done this all season long. It was just
they were losing in every statistical category.
They
offense
did
and
lose.
Defense. They did lose, all of them, yeah. Well, that
Except
is kind
the final score. That's the one you want to win.
That's all. And, that Lander should take a page out of Wyoming's book. It doesn't matter what the stats say. If you can pull out the win, if you can overcome the adversity of having more turnovers than your team, it just does a lot for your momentum, your morale. This team needs a morale boost, and Coach Burton on the pregame interview said that the morale's been up and down this season. They should feel up right now.
They should
the
feel
way that
up,
they played. I know that this score doesn't represent a very big morale boosting kind of score, but it's something to be happy about. You put up 21 points, very easily could have put up 28 if that wounded duck didn't go up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was a tough one. But the Tigers lose tonight to cross-county rival Riverton. Riverton's first win in 5 years in the series, and so I'm sure the Wolverines are going to have a happy bus ride back to Riverton. And, of course, both coaches, it was amazing, both coaches says, well, kids, be smart tonight.
Yeah. Homecoming dance tomorrow.
Yep.
Very important. I only went to one homecoming when I was in high school, and I was an idiot afterwards. So don't make mistakes like your old boy Shawn here. Just make sure that you have fun. That's all that matters. If you have fun at your homecoming, those are memories that you'll be able to keep forever. And Riverton had their homecoming last week as well as a big win, and now they get a big win right afterwards. It kind of sours Lander's homecoming a little bit, but it doesn't sour their season very much.
No, it doesn't. They had a great performance tonight. I want to remind you, you're listening to the Click It or Ticket postgame show here on KFCW 93.1 and live stream on WyoToday YouTube. I'm Ernie Over. He's Shawn O'Brate. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast tonight, and we'll be back with you on the air next Friday evening. We'll be on the road at Rollins to take on the Outlaws. Game time at 6 o'clock, so we'll be on a half hour before that on KFCW and WyoToday YouTube. On behalf of Leanne Sanderson back at the studio, thank you very much, Leanne, for your engineering assistance tonight. And that's it from Bill Bush Stadium. Stadium. We'll see you again on the radio next Friday. Good night.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
I spend a lot of time driving in Wyoming, and if there's a common theme is that our roads are long and the towns are far apart. Most Wyomingites buckle their seatbelts, but still 20% do not.
Wyoming law dictates that every person in a vehicle must wear a seatbelt at all times. Seatbelts reduce the risk of death by 45% and reduce the risk of injury by 50% in all motor vehicle crashes.
I buckle up to secure my journey and to protect what matters most, my family. Our Yellowstone region is home to breathtaking beauty, but please, drive with caution and buckle your seatbelt, for you and your family's sake.
Remember, Wyoming, your safety is our priority. Please buckle up, not only for your safety, but it's the law.